Hero, everyone believing BNK Fearx was going to take this, and DN Automotive
Bentar.
Supers said,
Salah
hold
ini
on
apa?
just a second, as not only did they win game 1, they demolished
Salah-
game 1. They looked great.
salah template.
Did to break down game number 1.
Titu kemana kayak udah pulang Titu ya.
And it's not just about
Bang
the fact that
Guma
they're
udah
top, but
liburan
super
ke
easy to
Bali.
execute, right? With really strong engage and the Pyoshik Nocturne setting up Oriana Shockwaves. They just were extremely well coordinated, and they shut down BNK's aggression at every turn. It was just a really impressive individual performance. Like, draft-wise, obviously, yes, easy to play. Yunara does incredibly well if you have a snowbally composition, as we saw there at the end. But it was just about the execution more than the draft.
Yeah, and also it was really important to have the early pressure from the side lanes, especially you have the winning matchup on the bot lane and the top lane.
Yokdam Menta tadi demi apa lu?
They
Seriusan?
tried to dive the bot lane, it didn't work out,
Anjay,
and also
my
top lane it was
team.
one-on-one.
Gila, hari ini tim aku menang semua loh, guys.
But it didn't
Yes,
work out.
yes.
Like, Ambessa was winning that match.
Beli lotre ya sih?
That's what happened in the early game.
So they have this huge wave
Beli
here.
apa?
They wanna set up a play
Ngerol
on the
slot
bottom
ya sih
two here of DNF.
hari ini.
And it's
Kayaknya
here
kita udah
Knockdown
boleh
dodges
depo deh.
the first ultimate, right? And then
Depo
flashes
dulu
away,
lah
and
hari ini ya.
Peter does insane work.
Insane work for sure. Like here he tries to like block the Zarban first, and then he uses E to block the Azure Q here, and it was just perfect play by Rakan here.
Duckdown spacing also perfect when the flash comes in. Duckdown plays this early laning phase incredibly well after what was an initial flub by the opposite side and Diablo skilling
Depo?
W
Buronan
first
dong.
on the Ezreal.
Hah?
But they still had
Depo.
control of the lane. They still were able to set up that crash. They were still able to set up the dive, but Peter just
Apa?
outplays it.
Yeah,
Judol.
and that is the type of play that is
Buka hashtag chess coba dapat apa?
that duo
Abis
to the World
kuncinya.
Finals. It was moments where people
Abis
were
kuncinya
surprised with what
kemarin.
they were
Gua
able to
abisin.
do. And this is a surprise too if you're a DNS fan from last year when they're in control of the game. Usually something goes bad, but not the case here. Pyoshik and the rest of the squad on the same page.
I mean, there's a reason why you don't really play Oriana and Nocturne together, because it's really hard to synchronize the plays.
Gila,
but I think
Pyoshik
this game,
main Nocturne kah?
Pyoshik and Closer, they synced up,
Waduh, my
like,
god,
most of
my
the
god.
time. I didn't see them like failing
My
even
god, main
once.
Nocturne
And a
loh.
lot of this game to me was like in the initial part of this fight, right? Vikla is isolated. They see him as an easy target.
Yeah.
And BNK just don't know when to say enough is enough.
Kenapa
and
di
get
Diablo
out of
dibantai-bantai
their
gini,
losses,
bro?
'cause They double and triple down on so many of these mid-game fights, and even later in the game,
Diablo
like
is
quadrupling
dead.
down when there's just no chance they win those fights. But they keep opting in to stay and trying to out hands when their mid laner was just 100-0 at the beginning of the fight.
And again, for me, like this shouldn't
T1 lepas
should not
bunga malah
happen
win
in the
streak.
top
Kayak itu
lane,
lepas
because I
Deokdam,
think,
Peter
in terms
malah
of the
kayak 3
matchup, you should
lolos.
have easier control for the
Berarti
BNK, because they have the winning matchup on the
terbukti
top
ya,
lane. So whenever I
apapun
see
itu,
Aurora on the top lane, they
ya
always
terbukti
get
ya.
to push and get the control for the team. So it should not happen this way.
Yeah, and
Iya loh,
rarely do we
Deokdam
see
beneran
Diablo
penta guys.
kind of get caught like that. A lot of times we see him
Ngeri,
dancing
ngeri.
around on the edge.
Ini.
He stepped on the edge, had to blow his
Finalis
flash,
World
and then stepped on the edge again. Dudu was ready
2025.
to punish. No flash means in this next fight, there's nothing that he really could do by the Drake pit.
Love this fight by the DN Supers. Like, this is T1-esque, right? Initially, looks like, okay, we got
sekali,
He
Wak.
re-engages to buy enough space, uses his ultimate to get the Nocturne into range here to follow up on what is an insane engage. Vikla's ultimate really, unfortunately, does
Penta pas mau
nothing
endgame.
here.
Oh, pas mau
And they're
endgame.
so heavily committed, the side of BNK.
Udah bagus
Everybody
combo
has
Peter
to
Deokdam
come down
ambil
here. The bar
aiming.
ultimate actually
Iya,
doesn't really do
cok.
them any favors.
Sumpah.
Actually gives more time for Duckdown
Apa
to
yang ada di
rejoin this
pikiran
fight.
Telekom,
But the confidence in
anjir.
which DNS played this out, right? The ability
BDD
for
semahal
you to
itu lah.
realize in this moment,
Sampai
like, he's
sisa
thinking
uangnya
two
kagak
steps
cukup.
ahead. If I ult here, dash up, my
Buat beli
Nocturne has
Peter
ult,
lagi
we can
sama
play through the fact that we have
Deokdam.
Cryo in mid. We turn what looks like a pick onto me into a one-team fight. That's something we've seen, like I mentioned, teams like T1 do time and time again. We have not been seeing that from our Rise Group teams from last year, and this is a huge turnaround for DNS.
Yeah, and maybe for BNK, failing the bot dive is a team thing, but on the top lane, I think clear he needs to step up on the matchup, because I feel like this should not happen, because this is the matchup you wanted to play into it. And I think whenever you play the damage top lane, I think you have to win the matchup, and you have to prove that you really wanted to this kind of outcome on this matchup. But I think this time around, it was so much easier for Dudu to play out and do more impact. in the
Mana
game.
highlight pentanya?
Year of Dudu
Iya, aku
maybe
pengen lihat toh.
back on track, but you know, at the
Pentakill
beginning
terus
of the
2
game,
kali
while
pakai
we were
Yunara.
loading in, we saw
Kacau.
something pretty
Kasih
curious.
tahu
Pyoshik
Bang,
himself had
finalis
an
World
amazing game,
2025.
but we had to do some investigation on why that is, and maybe y'all saw this, but
Anjay, enak nih ya.
what's it doing?
Pyoshik
Oh,
sekarang punya
wait,
ADC
what?
yang
Oh, wait,
jago
what?
anjir.
What?
Tahun kemarin ADC-nya berserker kocak.
Now it is very uncharacteristically warm
Udah
today.
ternodai
It almost
Amerika
feels
itu
like
berserker.
spring.
Yeah.
We've had a big change, but
Itu kenapa?
Piochik
Ngapain dia?
is basically figured out that pants can become shorts if
What?
you manipulate them in a certain way. Look at this. Watch what he
Bro,
does.
bro melepas pemberat kakinya.
It's like he's done this before. I think this is not the first time he's actually done the pants to shorts.
Bro ingin
It's basically a life
menggunakan
hack. It's a trick. It's an exploit.
ulti Lee Sin
And turn those
real
pants into
life nih.
shorts.
What did you kind of wonder if he only did one leg?
Yeah. What if
Pyosik juga pernah DNA 1 tahun lalu.
both sides?
Wait, is it
Ya,
a
tapi beda
precursor? He
dong.
showed his
Pyosik kan
knee.
world
Lee Sin
champion,
came
world
out.
champion.
Piochik's classic Lee Sin.
But there's 3 more to go. So you have another leg and you have both sleeves as well.
Are you implying he could turn a long sleeve shirt into a t-shirt? But he's already wearing a t-shirt actually.
Kemarin
So you
Pyosik
can
versus
actually roll
Kingen
it.
dimenangkan
He's gonna make
Pyosik.
like a muscle shirt.
Pyosik versus Kingen itu ada sedikit hoki sih,
But
tapi
not yet.
GG lah,
We're gonna
GG.
see.
Lee Sin is coming. It is kind of like Chekhov's gun when Piochik is playing a best of 5. Like we mentioned it now, you know it's coming out in the series, but we already knew it was coming out in the series at some point.
I wonder what he means. I think
Oh
there are
ya,
two guys
BTW
that
bicara
might be
soal
able to
Dev,
tell us
katanya
what it means
Dev
here in
comeback,
game 2
cu.
as we send it back on over
Tahun
to
depan,
Valdez and Ox.
tahun depan Dev is back. My God. BTW Dev itu player favorit aku pokoknya. Kedua lah setelah Caps. Anjir, my God.
You know what? Still a little bit confused. You know what I was thinking when I saw that?
Itu player favorit gua, cu.
What? That is totally something you would do. I mean, I do wear shorts pretty often when it comes to LCK time. I know exactly, but also I could just see you just doing like a little trouser whip up. You know, I don't want to claim that I invented it, but I did do it before Piochik.
I knew it.
Dia bakal masuk tim mana ya tahun depan? Kira-kira.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
guys,
have all the tech.
Dev KT, wah kacau. BDD Dev, guys,
He and I, yeah, we talk pretty
BDD
often
Dev
about the tech.
kacau sih.
I don't want to
Wah, kacau sih.
claim that I invented it.
Kacau,
I
kacau.
did do it before he did it on camera.
Wah kacau,
You did it on
BDD
camera?
Dev sih kacau sih.
No, he did it on camera. I
Oh,
did it
you did it-
before he did it on camera.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
I would remember if you did it on camera.
DK are going back to first pick after they saw the first leg revealed here by Piochik as we're getting ready for game number 2. And the well-oiled machine of DNS looking
Ngeri
great.
sih, ngeri.
Both Piochik and Dudu giving a lot of credit to Odin, who did come in this year, and just saying that you know the direction. They're kind of all on the same page now. They've all been put into the same team. It feels like, and we can tell the difference for sure.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see because we've already had a lot of big picks taken out. I mean, I think the Azir Orianna already been traded, and it also just feels like, you know, with Jace being taken away, there's already more freedom.
Aiming buang
In
aja
the
sekalian,
bans.
real. Aiming kita taruh di
So
LEC
we'll see
aja
how
nanti.
things develop with it being a fearless best of 5. And the fact that Vikla, his Azir game 1, didn't end up giving them a win.
Emang masih
is a
ngeri
big
mainnya.
blow.
Ish.
They are just remaking
Kau
that,
lihat tuh
have some
Uzi.
issues, shouldn't be long.
Buma masih
It's
diketekin
like
sama
that
Uzi
fan
sampai
there
sekarang.
said that she canceled her interview to come watch. Not sure if that's a good idea, but now
Aku
they
kan
have to
sering
win,
lihat
of
klipnya
course.
Uzi
Yeah,
ya kalau
because
push rank ya. Waduh,
Take a look
ADC
at the
zaman
bands
sekarang
so
lawan Uzi
far.
masih
The
diketek-ketekin, Wak.
You know, same sides, same
Dev
selection order.
dan Dev pernah
for the
ngalahin
team, so
Uzi
not a
loh.
big surprise.
Question is, do
So
we see
technically,
third pick, ban, sorry,
technically
from
my
PK
goat
Frax
is
for
still
Auto
up
Might
there,
change?
no?
And yeah, they end up banning the Vi instead. And it was Pantheon here for the DN Super, so they will ban that still. Xin Zhao, open and available. Did get buffs on this patch. Not the craziest buffs, but actually just going to go immediately for the Rise. A pick that did receive some nerfs.
Kalau
and
Dev
some
versus
from the
Ruler
phase
menang mana
rush
tuh?
nerf, but obviously actualize it is
Kalau
cheaper,
by
so
one,
that is a bit of a benefit.
Ruler.
in that regard. And DN
Kalau
Supers
by one
immediately grabbed the
Ruler.
Corgi,
Tapi kalau team fight aku
which was
pilih
banned
Dev.
by them in the second rotation.
Team
And
fight
Close
Dev
is like,
sih.
I'm bringing Cassiopeia into the Rise. I feel like we've seen a lot more Nivea
Devi
into it
tuh
recently.
dia sebehind apapun
he's taken the Casio
bisa
side of the
comeback.
matchup,
Emang
with no
mental
hesitation.
juara.
Remember Showmaker on the
Yep.
Casio just last week, making a fool out of some of those teams. He was very good on that and had one of our highlight plays of last week. And now Closer's gonna try his hand.
And the thing with the phase rush nerf is when you think specifically about the matchups into, you know, Cassiopeia and Anivia,
Kita seperti biasa lihat Rise lagi, biasanya di sini Diablo picknya Aphelios atau Ziggs ya kalau ada Rise. Biasanya Ezreal juga bisa, Ezreal di ban ya. Oh, Ezreal udah gak ada ya. Ya picknya Aphelios biasanya di sini sama Rise. Ziggs juga bisa. Ini mah picknya BNK sama kayak Jepang tadi, gocak plagiat 11-12.
He finds that very entertaining.
Maybe a bit of a
Si
caster burst
anjir.
from our spacers
Aphelios
today.
ini mah.
They said 100% we're gonna see it, Chekhov's gun and all that, but you know what? What if they just take it away?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the solo lane that you have, both of them have point and click CC. Very good setup for the Lee Sin. They land their CC, you land your Sonic Wave.
Oh, Kaisa ya, Kaisa masih free ya.
But it is 3 short range
Kaisa bisa
champions
jadi.
funneling into a Wukong,
Tapi di sini
into a
Poppy
Cassiopeia.
masih ada Poppy sih.
You know, the
Mungkin
lane
di sini
setup is great
mereka ngebait
in
Kaisa sih, bisa jadi sih. Kalau misalkan mereka di sini
I'm a
bait
little bit
Kaisa,
concerned when we get into the fights.
di sini
Yeah,
kalau
I mean,
dapat
they
Poppy
had
udah sih.
winning lanes last time,
Itu
and
DN
they weren't able to
super
push
nice
those
pick sih.
leads, and now this time, like, yeah, maybe you can make some plays with your jungler, but if that doesn't go well,
Bisa jadi nih bait Kaisa
kind of
nanti
falling
ambil
behind and
Poppy.
maybe hoping for Rise to pick up a lot of the slack later on, but already liking what the DN Supers have into BNK. Feels like it counters them
Lulu
a lot
ban.
as Lulu going to be taken away.
Yeah, they ban the Lucian out. They want to deal with that lane pressure, with that
Gwen
combination.
ban.
And interestingly, they ban the Gwen.
Ini ya
I was thinking because they
bakal
banned the
supportnya
Nami
dulu atau
stop
top lane
Poki Nami,
dulu
but
yang
I'm
bakal
thinking, you know,
dipikir kira-kira.
you pick Renekton, you're concerned about like Gnar, you're concerned about Kennen. But instead opting to ban away the Gwen in this situation, I mean, I feel like here,
I think they're scared of the Iradudu.
I think
Nah,
Gnar is such
oke
a
top
solid
lane
pick.
dulu. Kayaknya
There's
sih
already so
bait
much disruption on
Kaisa
the
sih
team.
ini.
You can just slam that one and
Bait
feel pretty
Kaisa sih.
happy.
Poppy bebas BTW.
You know, we've seen this matchup a lot of times in Renekton.
Poppy
It is
masih
in our
free
favor.
nih. Bisa jadi bait
Obviously, we've
Kaisa.
seen some Renektons find points where you can challenge, you can find solo kills, but as the game goes on, it just
Oh,
becomes more
Sevier.
and more miserable.
Yeah. There's definitely opportunities,
Severe
you know, against
Karma.
Minar for Renekton and Leeson to do work.
Severe
And,
Karma,
even, you know, maybe
Brom.
even
Ya,
find
Severe Karma.
dives, as we're gonna see Sivir Karma.
Severe Karma.
in the bottom
Mereka
lane.
ini
That's
Diablo gak kebait ya.
can be very
Ini kalau dia
difficult
pick
to deal
Kaisa
with.
di sini
Let's
Poppy
see
free
what
soalnya.
We'll go with the Corki here for Peter.
Yeah, so a lot of mobility.
Jadi
to sort
dia
of set
lebih
up
milih
these,
untuk main Severe Karma.
bruises that you have on the top side of the map.
Nah ini bingung nih kalau gini. Tadi mungkin rencananya bait Kaisa terus Peter ngambil Poppy ya, tapi karena Kaisanya gak jadi, jadinya nggak dong, nggak dong, nggak dong, nggak dong, nggak dong. Ah, Alistar.
Honestly, I would have loved to see him go for an enchanter to sort of just outscale the Karma and sustain through her poke. The thing with going Alistar in this situation, we've seen a lot of Corki Alistar.
Guma di T1 jelas role-nya apa. Guma jadi ADC utility. Kalau dia Shelly dia jadi ADC hyper carry. Tapi dia belum terbiasa mungkin mainnya sebagai hyper carry. Iya sih, ya susah sih. Kalau misalkan nggak ada yang benar-benar kayak Viper gitu kalau Hanwha.
I think for the DN Supers, their 5v5
Milio
feels great.
jarang
That's where they
dipakai.
really feel
Di sini
fantastic.
kenapa laku lagi kayak?
I think I'm just a little bit concerned about the bot lane. The
Kurang
solo matchups
tahu
are
kalau
good
itu.
for the DM Supers, so they're definitely happy
Mungkin
there. It's really
ada
on Raptor on this
yang
Lee
di buff
Sin
kali ya.
to get the ball rolling. They
Kemarin
find
aku
momentum,
baca sih
they
yang
have the
di
speed
buff
up from the
sih
bot lane.
Mel sih.
The bot lane should naturally win out and get ahead. Secure some early
Lee Sin
dragons
aku belum
and
baca
then
tuh.
take over the game for the mid game. But I think
Iya,
if you
jadi
stop
banyak yang pakai Lee Sin ya hari ini ya. Ano, oh iklan. Twitch Turbo.
I know we just finished the draft, but we do have to go back to the execution of Game 1, where DNS absolutely dominated in terms of just the gameplay. And, you know, they had a losing bot lane last time as well, and it didn't seem to matter as they handled the dive perfectly. And Alistar should be able to handle it very well.
Alistar, by the way, is so good against all of the melees in the top side of the map as well. So hoping to get through the lanes and do
Ayo
what they
Dian
did in
Super,
game 1.
3-0, let's go.
Game 2. All right, here we go. Second game on the cards, and I feel like this is going to be either a big turning point, or we might find out just what this series is going to look like. Because if DNS win again,
mungkin gak di buff tapi ada yang kena nerf jadi dia strong lagi mungkin. Hero kesukaan owner mulai balik lagi biar gak manusia setengah Nocturne. Bener. Ntar dipakai ya sama owner Lisin.
Comfortable victory from there, but and maybe say, you know, game 1 was a fluke. We're better than that. As we're trying to trade level 1 with Alistar against 2 range.
Bang Peter, ngapain Bang Peter?
Barriers going to be used.
Yeah, hard to find good trades.
Sadar gak sih kayak yang masuk final world sama Preston tahun lalu malah pulang semua?
And
Benar.
Alistar does have a decent amount of sustain later and has more health potions in the core.
Ini jangan-jangan berarti G2 masuk final sih. Ya berita bagus. Berarti itu kalau misalkan storyline-nya sama berarti Casey pulang kan?
Is kind of okay.
Casey
I know
pulang,
Peter does look very low in this situation, but
ya kan?
it's honestly not too bad
Aku
right now.
Aku suka
It's not going to
speednya.
get better though. That's the thing I'm trying to highlight. It's only going to get more painful.
Yeah. We saw all the smirking from Peter.
I like the script.
Maybe it was just him
Let's do
knowing
it that
he's going to have to deal with this and somehow navigate it. Maybe he wanted to play Yuumi, and the coach and the team were like, "No, we need an Alistar," and he's like, "Well, I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it." And we know that he can, but it's not going to be easy. You see already a lot of poke coming down. Very curious about Closer's Cassiopeia here into Vikla. Obviously, Closer did look a lot better than
Oyster
Vikla
Boys
in game
gimana
1.
kabarnya? Dibantai wah Oyster Boy sama Ground Zero.
Yeah.
Nggak tahu ya Tar ya. Semoga besok bisa sih. Tapi not gonna lie sih Evo look pretty weak now. Oh shit. Closer mati early game.
The Lee Sin with the Rise. You know, you get that point and click CC, the guaranteed Sonic Wave. You even saw Raptor walk backwards to get out of the miasma to reactivate.
Gonna get rooted after the headbutt. That's unfortunate there for Peter, who does have to use his heal.
Yang lagi seru sih sebenarnya LPL sih. LPL tuh seimbang anjir. Tim Nirvananya seimbang kocak. Grup Nirvananya seimbang banget. Bahkan sampai ada yang curiga mereka win trade anjir. Soalnya kayak Pokemon gitu loh. Tim ini ngalahin tim ini, tapi tim ini ngalahin tim ini. Tapi dia walaupun ngalahin tim ini kalah sama tim ini gitu loh kayak Pokemon anjir.
Trying to make a little play here as Raptor.
Sampai disangka win trade itu grup Nirvananya LPL.
Yeah, the Lee Sin going to do quite a lot as Meganar is coming out here. Dudu gets it just in time and now clear in a really rough spot.
Aduh, Lee Sin.
Raptor coming on in, trying to get that kill on a Dudu first.
Awas,
He's not
Dudu.
going to be able to as the Q's flash.
Double kill, that's it. Double kill, that's it, bro.
As the red buff getting so much work done here from Pyosik. The follow-up and
itu dia.
Kill goes to Pyosik at 4 minutes.
Absolute disaster there for BNK FearX, and it's on the back of Clear. You know, he's the one who has to bear the brunt of the blame there. He's the one who went back in and thought, I can get the solo kill, misjudges his damage, ends up getting not only him wrapped into the play, but Raptor as well. And the end result is now a monster-fed Wukong and a pretty devastating position for the game to be in. Even though the gold's even overall, given that massive influx of gold to the Wukong, and kind of making the top jungle matchup so uncomfortable is not how you wanted this game to start off.
LPL itu unstable, mainnya suka coin flip jadi gak heran situasinya kayak gitu. Iya sih. Tapi aneh juga sih kadang tim yang kayak BLG gitu kalah sama IG itu kayak aneh banget cuma.
DNS are solid. I mean, they're not doing anything crazy out of the ordinary. They're just playing good League of Legends.
Yeah. Super close to having his Mega, and just look how close it is. One more auto, and he would have had it there. It was so close. And then the problem is, there's no energy. I'm not even sure, he might have had the cooldowns available, but he didn't have energy,
Katanya
so he
Kanavi suka
autos
banget
the
coin
passive
flip
to
di
get his
timnya
energy
belum
back.
sinergi.
We got a fight in the bottom lane.
Ya
Looks
semoga
like
Kanavi
the
improve
Alistair
nanti ya di
almost
split
dying.
2. Dia punya
Should be
banyak
okay,
waktu
looks
buat
like.
liburan
Very
nih.
close trade down here.
And by the time he got his energy back, he was,
Tapi
the wave
bicara
was in the
soal
way and he
liburan
could
ya,
just flash
kalian
it. But
ngecek
yeah,
gak? Pace sekarang
don't have a
ranking
fun time,
1 di
but
solo
jungler
queue
here.
Korea.
And it's the very fed
Do you
Wukong,
know
but he's
how
not
crazy
level
is that?
6. Still gonna force. Oh, there it is. He gets it actually.
Biasanya
but,
Guma sih top
just gonna
1.
get both flashes out of the bottom lane. That's going to help
Pace
out
is
quite a lot.
cooking
Yeah, really good
something.
for the bot lane of DNS to have that advantage. You burn the
I
flashes
think
of
we're
the
not
Sivir and the
ready
Khan, they
for
can no longer play as
Pace.
aggressive. And this is kind of a bit of the fallout from the top side. Pyoshik being so strong, already level 6, able to come in and make an impact. And feels like it's just going from bad to worse for BNK TRX right now.
Yeah, they're definitely getting themselves into a lot of trouble. And DNS are right there to punish. Saw that closer also. He could have easily died to a follow-up gank here from Raptor, but he played the lane very well. Had the wave
Bukannya
pushed, or
solo
rather
queue,
pulled a
bukannya
little
yang
bit,
satu itu
was
yang
playing
dari
on the
DK.
right side of the lane,
ADC ya,
so that Lee
ADC-nya.
Sin couldn't quite get onto him.
ADC-nya top 1 sekarang
Also,
Pace.
obviously, no flash or ghost for
Kalau
Vikla makes it
misalkan
much more
overall,
difficult to set
iya
up.
sih. Yang overall sekarang rank 1 tuh Showmaker, terus Lucid tuh ketiga ya kalau nggak salah.
Full all in, and now a big rotation coming down here from BNK. As perhaps DNS overextended themselves. Raptor going to pick up the kill.
Okay.
And that's going to feel good for him coming back.
I think Dokdam's going to blame Peter for that one.
Dokdam dikasih
bit of an
Corki
overforce,
sih
unnecessary, unneeded, saw an angle where
agak
was alone,
khawatir
but
ya.
unfortunately the Sivir able to kite out before the stun can come through from the Alistair
Waduh,
in that
banyak
situation.
banget stunnya bang.
Top lane not going so well. But yeah, just a bit of an overstep, and when you don't have the support from your team, Peter ends up just kind of giving a freebie over to BNK FRX that they'll happily sweep up.
And it's onto the Corki, who's not able to get there and farm the wave. You give that kill over to Lee Sin, who's coming back.
Yeah, so it's a flash combo, and then
Lee Sin,
Diablo uses the spell shield a little
Lee
early,
Sin,
but the movement
nggak pernah
speed
jelek
from the
sih sebenarnya,
Karma
tapi
means that Diablo can actually
ya,
get away before the
tumben
stun can
dipakai
come
lagi.
through. And then the squad comes in, and it's like, okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Dokdam, thank you for sacrificing yourself for your support.
I mean, to be fair, he also did fully commit with his own Valkyrie, but at that point, really trying to make the play happen when they were already so overcommitted. Pyoshik looks like he should be able to get this first Drake, actually. I thought maybe they would have been able to reset and just pick it up themselves, BNK, but
Diablo
not the
was
case.
so low, Pyoshik is so strong, and also home guards are so powerful, I think. Because of all those factors, they couldn't really do it. I mean, there is a lead for this Sivir, who does have Cull in pocket, so at least despite the gank that got those flashes, bot lane is going how they'd hoped, right? That is one of the main takeaways we're getting from the situation.
Also, if you don't punish their flash being on cooldown, it's like,
Kayaknya pro player di LCK lebih milih main satu atau praktis nambah champion pool daripada kejar jadi satu. Tapi walaupun picknya gitu, tapi bisa nyampe rank 1 sih berarti emang sejago itu ya. Oke, Pyoshik is here. Iya, ditendang ya.
Now he's able to flash away, and there's nothing that Pyoshik can do.
That was slick.
My
Raptor finishing the Eclipse as well. Has that
anjing.
one-item spike that I think DNS just weren't quite ready for. Disrespected a little bit. Closer stepping up too far after the initial play, but Raptor Vikla demonstrating what this mid-jungle can do. The 2v2 of the Ryze Lee Sin better than the Cassiopeia and the Wukong, especially if you play it like that.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Biasanya mentok 5 muncul lagi dari sini. Ya bagus gak sih? Daripada picknya itu mulu, bosen. Sinjau lagi.
And elect to
pengen lah sekali-kali lihat orang botak main ya kan. Siapa tahu penyakit kankernya penuh. Sembuh maksudnya penuh.
Wukong does a lot of damage, but the kick is great. Goes through the Cassiopeia as well, so deals the damage. Sonic Wave here into Warthog. Finishes off, and then a great flash as well to disengage. So just, I think doing everything right, Raptor there. in a tricky situation, potentially.
Push.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that the second the Sonic Wave hit the minion, Closer was backing away. He's like, oh crap, this Lee Sin can kill me. So he understood the assignment, but wasn't able to complete it and ended up dying there. And once again, they punish the Cassiopeia with a very easy setup with the Rise and the Lee Sin. So Closer now 0-2. Eventually, he's going to get his items. You know, at this moment, he's just got a Catalyst and a Tier and stuff like that. But so will Rise. So that's another...
Ya, Sejuani udah mulai jarang di-pick sih Sejuani sih.
Looks like Dudu, not very long for this world, does not have Meganar
Dudu
available.
is going to die.
That's a nice little setup play for
Gila,
BNK.
Lee Sin meta lagi guys. Dari tadi gamenya Lee Sin menang terus ini.
And BNK Fearx starting to get that momentum around their top side that they were looking for out of the draft. To see a play picked up by Closer, but it's very winning for BNK Fearx with what they're managing to achieve here. Helen and Diablo just playing a little bit safe on the bot side, respecting the fact that they didn't have any support from their team. Yeah, honestly, looking pretty stable so far for BNK Fearx. There's some mess in this game, don't get me wrong. Yoshi getting the 2 kills is big, but with how the game state is now, looking like they have restabilized, and going into the mid game, this is how you want things to be.
Tapi Pyosik sih dari tadi aktif banget sih, dia selalu ada sih dimanapun. Oke, ulti digunakan. Someone why we chase Lee Sin, guys?
Now trying to make a play on the blue buff, stolen away by Yoshi. But he is going to be rooted down. They're not able to punish him just yet. Dugdom able to frontline here just a little bit.
Oke, Peter, gimana? Lalu,
oke. And now the re-engage here from Pyosik, Closer, and him trying to burst down the mid lane, and they do that. Killing in a lot of trouble, but Peter's going to be the one who does go down instead. And now low on health, low on mana, and the chase potential of these guys is so strong. Triple kill comes through for Raptor. And Closer, maybe he gets away with the Q movement speed.
There is no way it's going to be quad fun, right?
Wave, but that is another big fight here for BNK.
Big fight there, and I think a factor here is actually Kellen had just picked up the Echoes of Hellier going into that fight. And the amount of value you get in an early fight like this is actually kind of crazy. The constant healing coming through. And it was such a close fight, like so many people surviving a little bits of health, being able to sustain back up. We'll see here. So initially it's BNK Fearx getting a lot of damage down onto the Wukong. And it's DNS kind of backing away, Closes low on mana, Dugdom's low. Peter goes in aggressively, but like they're just not able to follow up really on top of it. They
so Pyosik is just here, mati sama Lee Sin.
Wukong dies,
terus Peter
gets taken out, and they're able to push forward once again. Dan Dugdom mati ditendang.
Oke. Sepertinya cuma Nar harapan kita.
Not to mention the speed boost to catch up to them so that the Corki couldn't get away. And just netting themselves an extra kill. So it's not the 7,000 gold lead we had from DNS in game 1 around this time, but it's still a very huge gold lead here for 13 minutes into the game. BNK will take their very well-earned first drink of this one. And just enjoying their 2,000 gold lead in the 80 carry roll as well is kind of insane. As this time it's Hextech Soul. So Infernal Soul into Hextech Soul. And that's going to be a big one for both sides, you can imagine. But as it stands now, BNK stabilizing, looking much better in these trades. Well, outside of the top lane that we saw, little overextension. As the dodge on the gaze.
Oh my God, Cassiopeia.
The Closer here as one more Q would do it. There it is. Raptor locks it down, and he says, "I'm pretty good at Lee Sin too."
Yeah, Vikla not able to connect the final shot, but Raptor has it in the bag. And 7-1 now on the Lee Sin. He's pretty strong. I wonder how much gold he has in his pocket, honestly.
This is solo Q Lee Sin right now.
Honestly. Especially with the Red Smite and the Eclipse. This is what you get. Korean solo queue, this is extremely common.
At every level.
Yeah.
My Cassiopeia, stop.
He does pick up the Sundered Sky. Yeah, this Lee Sin is dangerous. Very dangerous. And the setup for it as well, right? You have the movement speed to get them into the fight. You have the point-and-click CC. I also feel like Lee Sin, when you're this fed, just kind of... I know they have the Miasma and they have a lot of CC to deal with it, but he will just kind of,
My
if he hits like a sonic wave and a knockdown,
Why
he'll
are you
just kill him.
laughing,
It's one shot and
Lee Sin?
basic.
Yeah. He's such a huge threat.
My
I mean,
mid
at
lane
least
is kinda
this Fed
homeless.
becomes an assassin, essentially, and there's not really a whole lot you can do about it because he's so mobile.
We need to help her
He can
out.
get out of dodge very easily. And yeah, I mean, BNK kind of just own everything at this point. Like, the only sore spot for them was really the top lane matchup, but Clear's playing Renekton, so at the end of the day, he's like, well, this was always going to happen. And everybody else is just winning.
They're in a good spot.
Tapi itu goldnya ngumpul di Lee Sin semua loh. Itu si botak pecah sekali sih kenyang ya. Aku harap nanti yang dapat Casio sih.
So
Kasian
yeah,
dia behind aja.
This is the
Aduh,
power
aduh,
of the
aduh,
Renekton
aduh.
in the Lee Sin. They're not quite able to get the kill because the Mega Gnar was coming in. The
bertahan.
Raptors ready for round 2. He's on the
Aduh,
chase. The
duh.
Q,
Duh,
not going to
duh,
miss.
duh.
We do have the Gnar
Smack,
coming in, but
yeah.
it doesn't matter as the E is buffered. And he cast that first, so that's the end of the Gnar.
That's a lot of damage, you know. That's a lot of damage. Now they're going for the Rift Herald, because at least it was on the bot side, but BNK Fearax are like,
Dapat Herald, man.
are you allowed to do that?
Let's go.
Well, they can
Kamu
get the
mungkin
kill.
boleh dapat
Does look like
bounty,
they
tapi
are back
Herald
in.
milik
There's
kita
a fight
semua,
happening,
bos.
but Raptors just taking
Nekoman,
a
thank you
turret.
for joining member selama 27 bulan. Warga asli emang.
Lee Sin sort of thing. Guys, are we gonna fight Herald? No, I am taking bot tower.
Yeah.
I need more gold. 8-1, I don't care.
Yeah.
I need more items.
Iya, ini memang jago aja nih Bang Raptor di sini ya.
Actually, this isn't
Kacau.
solo queue. Even played it still counts.
Lee Sin di tangan yang benar menjadi Saitama, bosku.
Well, we had it going there for a good 17 minutes.
Ngeri, bos.
Yeah. Need more damage. Diablo's gone the Storm Razor first on the Sivir. So, even more movement speed. But not something we commonly see. Normally it's like you either have Yuntal or Essence Reaver.
Nah, itu Lee Sin udah boleh dipecahin ya tabungannya ya.
The Storm Razor. I hope it's not like the Vayne build people were going, where you got like a bunch of like energized
Tabungan masa
stuff
depan itu udah boleh dipecahin tuh bisulnya ya.
Like we saw on Lucian, you know, like the Storm Razor Rapid Fire.
Hybrid
Yeah, I
lah,
don't think it is
Wukong
'cause he's going. He's got
dikentutin Lee
Wolverine
Sin aja deh.
I think Storm Razor's a fine item, you know, since they changed it. It's been pretty good. Just not something we typically see on the Sivir.
Yeah, certainly going to help him finish the job from
Udah
very
ada
far ahead
perlawanan
in
ya
this
dari
game. So
Super
I
untuk
suppose
game
that's part
kali
of
ini.
the reasoning behind it as well. But
I
yeah,
think it's just go fast. That's the game plan.
Piosik sih masih oke
Just
sih dari
run
tadi ya.
at them and
Dia aktif
attack
kok gengnya.
Yeah, I mean that's the game plan.
Cuma
Shouldn't you go Phantom Dance?
ini
It's like, just
closernya
movement speed.
and then
semoga
match
dia cukup
Yes.
feedingnya.
Tell Kelna build Australia's.
play. Yeah,
Dudu sih tebel ya. Biasanya Dudu bikin sterak
honestly, if he
sih.
got Trillia's,
Harusnya ditendang selamat lah
he's not
kalau
going
Dudu.
to, but
He's going
Biasanya
the
buildnya
Elliot
Trinity
Diadem,
Force sterak
build
ya kan.
for maximum healing.
Tapi gak tau nih dia bikin sterak gak tuh.
I mean, it is crazy, that combo.
oh, duck down.
Kayak mau bikin anti heal ya.
Looks like he's okay. Peter distracting them a little bit as we had everybody wrapping around the mid lane turret.
I think he'll probably go Moonstone second and then go Diadem third, because I don't think he's going to have the tier stacked up that soon. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Either way, is Karma going to be a problem with the amount of like shielding and healing it's going to have in later team fights? You know, you think of a team with like Cassiopeia and a Corki going to feel pretty okay about scaling, but into Sivir, Karma, Rise, it's a bit uncomfortable.
Oke, Kellen
So
kena
Kellen's getting
stunnya.
an ace on here, but he just
Aduh,
flashes
masih
and
geli
heals away.
itu
And they're going to get the
Corki.
TP out of Dudu.
And look at the Dragon as well. Herald's going to come down mid, and there is overgrowth on it, so this won't be enough just to one-shot it, but with a bit of effort, it will go down.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that BNK are like,
Ayan,
well,
dapat
Clear doesn't
tower.
have TP, so we kind of just have to give this up. So DNS
Imbang
getting
lah ya,
a mid
imbang lah
lane
ya.
tier 1 from this far behind. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take it. Getting rewarded with that Herald. They do lose that Dragon, obviously. And that is a point of concern as the game goes on. But I think right now, you can't really think about Soul. You just have to kind of think about, how do we survive the next 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Ada hubungan
Just kinda
apa
have to
Dev
take it
sama Packer kayak?
one fight at a time. And speaking of which, we got a
Mangsud.
big rotation up to the top side, but I think Raptor can just easily
Iya,
back
Dev
away from
sama
that
Faker
one.
kan top 5 player dengan
Not
KD
moving into the
terbanyak
dive
kan di
bombs, they
dunia.
see
Jadi
everybody
ya,
going up there.
I guess that's why.
Yeah. And again, I don't think KFX needs to do anything
Top
crazy
5
right now. They don't
biggest
need to do anything
KDA
insane.
in world,
They pick up the
Dev
mid tower, they're just gonna
and
keep
Faker, so I
farming up
guess
some
that's why.
gold. If you overstep into all the CC that DNS have, that's how you let them back in the game. If you try and do some crazy dive and you 4-man walk into a Cassiopeia ult, that is the easiest way to lose this game.
Yeah, I think BNK could certainly find themselves falling into a trap like that. Specifically BNK. You know, just kind of overplaying their hand and saying, well, we're so far ahead, we want to aggress on this position and take the entire map because it's
Dulu satu
ours.
sekolah
BNK
tapi
being
gak saling
aggressive,
Take it by
kenal.
force.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. That's
iya
crazy.
benar. Iya,
They're
pas
really good
pas
at that.
SMA
You know,
ya
they kind of know
katanya.
where their strengths lie, and they're not one of those people that's like, I'm going to work on my weaknesses. They're like, no, I'm going to become the best at doing this one thing.
See champion, kill champion.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I can respect it. But it's doing good so far this game. I'm wondering if Closer builds Actualizer now that it's cheaper.
Why not?
I'm just wondering. I haven't seen, honestly, much, whether it's a thing on Cassiopeia now in the new patch. I would assume not, because I think there's a lot of other items you'd have to fit in.
Yeah, also Cassio, I mean, she has okay burst, but that's not what the champion does.
Just so much
Like,
sustained damage anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really, you know, it's not really an item you expect to sync with her.
Yeah.
I think you often get a lot more utility items third. So I guess probably not. We've seen already Actualizer on Anivia. So I guess that's one that'll probably, we'll see it continue to happen. No doubt Viktor will build it. Kelm actually went for the Dynam completion second. Which I guess maybe the thought process is, you know, if I go Moonstone, I'm never finishing my Dynam before the game finishes, but it's kind of a weak item until it's stacked. So have to get stacking that as quick as possible, spamming shields on teammates and just queuing minions or champions or whatever.
Yeah, just press as many buttons as possible while nothing's happening.
Yes.
Might as well.
Honestly, there's a lot of time for that in this game.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's something we got to talk about because, you know, BNK, they have a very solid lead, but, you know, really the biggest issue for DNS, I think, is the Hex Tech Soul. That will be breathing down their necks in, you know, a good 7 or so minutes.
Well, I think the first 2 dragons kind of set the pace for this game. The fact it was Ocean Chemtech, that kind of indicated that no matter what the soul was going to be, it was going to be something that was problematic. Because I think any of those other souls, like BNK Ferex getting it, would have been a big problem. And the fact it is Hex Tech, just means that, you know,
Grabs kok tadi.
oh,
Grabsnya cuma ada satu kocak.
Just the best soul in the game. As Dudu getting on in there, doing a nice chunk to
Nongko,
Raptor, but he's very fed. You're not killing him
gitu.
anytime soon. I do wonder, you know, Raptor does have a large chunk of the gold. Now, importantly, Diablo does as well. I think if it were only Raptor, you might find yourself in a little bit of trouble if this game went very long. If DNS just turtled up until like 40 minutes and somehow were able to play from there, and then you've just got a Lee Sin in the late
look,
game.
I know what you're talking about, right? And we've all seen it. You Sonic Wave in, suddenly you get CC'd by 7 different people in a miasma.
Game 2,
You instantly die,
game 2
and a
agak
massive chunk
tumru
of
ya.
gold is wiped off your team.
Yeah.
Lebih
I've seen it
seru
before.
GAM versus
You know, we're talking about those solo queue Lee Sins.
Jepang tadi.
That's normally how the game
Happens
ends.
to them very often.
Untuk pertama
often you
kalinya
saw
aku
they go
rasa
19-1.
You've seen 8-1 Lee Sin
Game
in solo queue, and you think this is a
LCP tidak terlalu
one
buruk.
game. Deceptive. Don't believe their lies.
Yeah.
They're setting for the dragon now, though.
C akhirnya
Yeah.
DNS trying to push through this bot side, get some control of the vision.
Yeah, and also again, they have Ryze, they have Sivir who's very fed. Like they have a lot of options in the late game, especially if they get this Hextech Soul. I don't think the fed Lee Sin will matter all too much. You can see that DNS are actually trying to fight for this one. They're not going to give away free Hextech Drakes. As Meganar is going to be propped here
sakit itu
and kind of in an awkward spot. Gets ulted into the
perfect
wall
banget
and just
Dudu.
dies.
Stunnya
DNS,
perfect
thank you very
banget.
much. We'll take the
Wah,
free karma.
kacau.
Does that come with the Renekton too?
Wow,
Yes,
wow,
it
wow,
does.
wow, 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 wow.
Just a
My
massive
Dudu.
flaw by BNK Ferex.
Geli bos, apa lu
You're
botak
not
so
killing
asik
him
lu.
like this. No. Okay, well,
So asik lu botak.
not under turret. Oh, okay. Well, he's gonna try.
My God.
The kick does come in, and the
Bang
Cassiopeia is there with the
Rapture.
miasma.
What
Does get the
the
kill. But maybe a huge shutdown here for the kick to 1,000. And 80 gold goes to Peter. Deserved, honestly.
Psikopat anjir.
And they're still diving. BNK, they just can't help it.
Wow, sakit jiwa.
I just said about the Lee Sin thing.
They
It just
both flashed
happened.
away.
It just
Sakit
happened.
jiwa.
Man.
Honestly, I'm kind of frustrated that Peter. I'm not blaming Peter, right? I would never do that. But I'm kind
Wah,
of frustrated
orang
that Peter got the
sakit,
goal
anjir.
because honestly, it would have been great if Closer had gotten the goal just to kind of be like, this is what you get, Raptor. You can't play like this.
Yeah.
Kellen just walks up. You're playing Karma.
Itu
Your
Dudu
job is
keren banget
stand
loh, kena
behind
2
your
orang loh.
team and shield them.
Boom.
You're not
Aye.
playing Rel or Leona or
Mantap,
something.
bos.
Why are you walking up? You can. He has a bar underneath his health bar. It tells you when it's red. He's angry.
I think this is the most tilted you've been at a support death this whole year.
He was getting angry. You know that.
Karma kenapa di sini sendirian gila banget.
Raptor's very strong,
Mana
so he
Karma?
manages to make it out of the tower and kill him. But then it's the
Oh
Zeke's, I
tadi
think, damage
pas
finishes him
itu
off. I mean,
yang
Peter is a
sama si
wealthy
Dudu.
man now, so
Iya anjir.
he's doing
Mereka
well
kayaknya kurang
for
respect
himself.
damage-nya itu deh, damage-nya Nar deh tadi.
Still doesn't
Sakit loh
have
itu,
a
apa
second
namanya,
item
Trinity
anyway,
Force
as he built an orb.
sama Sterak.
So
Honestly, Oblivion
all that
Orb with
gold,
Zeke's does kind of go hard.
Yeah.
But yes,
it's still delaying that
Tadi
item.
kayak saat Lee Sin
they
siapa?
closed a lot of the gold gap.
Oh iya,
They
aku
got that
lupa ya
second
tadi
dragon,
siapa
which
yang
buys
satu
them
Lee Sin.
time no matter what.
It's
And
gigantic.
you know what? I think they
Dilihat
kind
dari
of
goldnya sih Dogdam sih kayaknya.
just shook BNK Ferex a little bit. Because, man, if I was BNK Ferex, I'd be a little tilted off that. We do get Actualizer
Oh,
coming
yeah.
in for Vikla, so that's a big
Ali.
spike. Infinity
I
Edge
see.
for Diablo, again a big spike. Knockdown went the Serpent's Fang, which, I mean, Corki's very good at applying it, but it is a fair bit weaker on range champions. There's a good amount of value here, right? You have Lee Sin shields, Renekton Sterax, Seraphs on the rise, and then obviously Karma is the big one.
Yeah, you're leaving the best for last. So
Best
like,
to last,
say
of
it,
course.
It's the
Yes,
best
yes,
value.
Yes. Don't worry, Brendan.
Gotta say the karma.
Yeah, and speaking of the Karma, the item is
You know,
one
Waduh,
away from being
sapinya
stacked.
goldnya ahead
Okay,
banget
there we
tuh
go.
gue
Yeah, there
liat.
we go. Fully stacked. Online.
Gajian dari Lee Sin ya.
There's a Bandle Piper as well
Mubazir
now.
banget
That's where he
kasih
spent the money
Alistar.
on. A new
it
instrument.
actually is. I mean, he will be getting some great
Oh,
value
we do
out
get
of
the
that.
Actualizer from Closer.
Yeah, we do.
So we were wondering if it was happening. And so I was looking it up, actually. Not been super common in solo queue on this patch. It's like third item, it's like a 2% pick rate to get Actualizer third. A lot more Rylai's, or Leandri's, or Zonya's.
Yeah.
But he's opting to go for it here. It is very cheap, right? Obviously, you're not going to get as much value
Oke,
as a Ryze
chill
does.
lagi.
But
Farming,
boosts your
farming.
healing, your shielding from the Seraphs, your healing from Roa and your Twin Fangs, and just a lot of power. I think the big thing is that getting the
Dudu is Dudu is
ult,
carrying the game.
and then you just have it up, and you
Gila
just
Bang Dudu carry
maximum
Menarnya.
DPS during that time period. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see if we get a lot of value from Closer with it. Obviously, Vikla, we know what a Ryze can do with it.
Yeah, I mean, it was already a very good item. I think Riot just thought, okay, it's a little bit too niche. Let's make it a little bit more open to everyone. And
Udah
now I
full
feel
item
like that
tuh,
it's
Nar.
2,800 gold. Like, everybody's going to be buying
Udah
them.
siap
the
nih
thing is,
Nar
it's already really good
nangkap
for
Ryze.
Ryze.
Yeah.
Because obviously he gets so much mana from his passive. And obviously scales with mana. But I think for
Cassiopeia
everyone
katanya
else,
udah
it was
bisa
just a
beli
bit too
sepatu kok sekarang.
expensive.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of
Casio
champions who go
sekarang
like
beli
this.
sepatu
Roa,
sih.
well, not a lot, but there's a decent amount of champions who go Roa Seraphs, like, you know.
Maybe some
Cassiopeia.
more will. Maybe
Semenjak
Ari's
Clan
getting
Quest.
back on that train.
Not sure about that. And even if she went Roa, she wouldn't go Roa and Seraph.
Yeah. Oh, Raptors
Oh,
going in.
tendangannya.
He finds Duckdom, who just kind of flashes away. But the re-engage does come in. As Pyosik is on the chase,
Oh my
but he's
God.
just going to die
Pyosik,
instead.
why you
Not dead just
there?
yet. Finally does go down
Ayah.
to the W. As now Clear is
Okay.
being taken down by
Awas, Lee Sin,
Closer on the
awas, Lee Sin,
bottom
awas, Lee
side.
Sin,
Very
awas, Lee
messy
Sin.
fight. But a 1-for-1 for now.
I think we just saw Actualizer on display. Because both Pyosik and Clear kind of just got two-hit. Like, they absolutely got decimated.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. 2,800, by the way.
It does the boom boom
Yeah.
damage.
I think as well, obviously, our LCK mid laners are going to be so good at using it at the right time and getting value from it. That was kind of disgusting. Dragon now up in 5 seconds. We're going to slide into a replay. So here, I think the big thing for me was just look at Pyoshik's health bar when he goes in, and look how quickly he just gets nuked. And he's just dead. And then look at Clear, who just gets apps. Like, he gets solo killed by Closer, by the way.
He's just trying to walk to the fight. He can't.
That was
get
interacting
there.
with ult, and he just got shredded in seconds.
Yeah. So BNK got the Dragon during the replay. Looks like we didn't really have much of a fight over it, but maybe we'll get a replay of that as well. But yeah, seeing as we didn't get to see it, I think it was just kind of taken. But yeah, still a very close game. I mean, BNK are a Dragon ahead. They're still 2,000 gold ahead. They still have a pretty fed Sivir, which is really what I'm looking at more so than the Lee Sin.
Yeah.
But the mid laners are even, and Dudu's ahead. So I feel like DNS definitely have some good outs in this game.
Soalnya Hextech
Cassiopeia does absurd damage. That is the big thing, right? You get a big Cassiopeia ult, you can definitely bring it back. It's just, it's coming out of execution, I feel.
the economy is not looking pretty well for Dian Super, not gonna lie.
Quite late. You know, often see that second item with the
Tuh Lee Sin udah dapat bounty lagi betul.
But we'll get that cooldown reduction, which I think is just so core to Sivir. Getting that, obviously you get some from when your ult's active, but having that just means you have your W up so much more, which represents so much attack speed, so much AoE damage, and your spell shield. You've pointed something out to me that is a little bit hurtful.
Yeah.
Dr. is building a 4th item collector.
Maksa gitu Twitch suruh
Yeah, I
beli
mean, he's
itu
already
turbo.
behind, and it's 32 minutes into the game.
Little bit late in the game for that one.
Fourth item collector. I don't really get it.
I think I'm not justifying. I want to be very clear, Brendan. I'm not I'm not justifying.
Just call me Burger. It's easier.
I'm being very clear, Big. I'm not justifying this. But I think his thought process is, I want to go my big crit items, but I don't have much crit. So I need to build something crit first before I can go like Infinity Edge. I'm assuming that's a thought process. What I'm going to tell you, Brendan, is that is wrong. Okay.
Oke, BFX mencoba melakukan bait
Right,
Baron.
this point in the game, look how much armor there is on the enemy team.
What he should have.
They do
He should just build
nothing.
that. He
But
should've
at
done
least
that.
he completed it right before a potential fight. So he's got that going on for him.
He should have just built LDR. Everyone on the other team is going to have...
Yeah.
Lee Sin has 206 armor, by the way.
Gak jadi.
And
Jadi,
he is
ternyata
level 16. Like,
gaskeun
he's
we.
pretty fed. I mean, to be fair, the Wukong is as well.
Gaskeun.
They're just going to start
Hayu,
off the
ah.
Baron. As the root comes down on a Dudu, he is mini at the moment. As Peter's getting in
Mana
there, he's
jungleku?
creating a ruckus.
Team,
Another Sonic
team.
Wave going to go on to Dudu,
Oh.
but that's a kill on a Peter already.
Oh,
Clear,
shit.
going a little bit too far,
Ada
but he's
dia,
got
ada dia, ada
TA.
dia. Awas,
That's a lot
awas
of
Lee Sin,
low
awas
health
Lee
bars
Sin.
here on the side of DNS. And so they're going to push them away, but the Baron at least is stopped. Will they restart it? Yes, they will.
They have to find a way to reapproach. Dudu has TP. Pyoshik's trying to heal up the Grom and move back in. They still have the Cassiopeia ult.
Yeah, trying to set this
Ya,
one up
kena
onto
ai.
Closer, who just goes gold, and there's the TP.
Ini
Duck Tom gets
Cassiopeia
over the wall.
sih
And Dudu,
udah
no Maganar, and another TP
no
coming in.
hope
This
ya.
is looking good for BNK. The
No,
ult is
the
pretty good, though.
never mind. Cassiopeia is the best champion in the world. Never. Jangan mati bang. Ya mati deh udah jadi. Oke, ada TP, ada TP, ada TP, ada TP, ada TP.
And now with TP
Alistair's
coming in from
coming.
Alistair. All right.
Okay, what can we do here? Okay, Nar. Okay, kena root,
He is
okay.
very slippery. A lot of roots coming down. The
Okay.
Nar is terrible. There's a little bit of
Okay,
damage.
okay.
And Dudu, I
Well,
think
setidaknya nggak jadi
eventually
Baron.
just gets
Setidaknya nggak jadi
rooted
Baron.
and down he goes.
Setidaknya nggak jadi
At
Baron,
least they stopped the
setidaknya.
Baron.
The thing is, as
Setidaknya
well,
nggak
Kellen
jadi
is
Baron.
just getting so much healing and shielding
Well
throughout that
well
fight.
job,
and
well
the fact
job.
he stayed alive. The
At
value
least,
he's
at
getting
least.
is kind of crazy. This one didn't start off too well. Peter kind of just goes in early and just dies. And we also see Dr. hitting clear and just considering how strong AD carries have been this season, not doing too much damage, you know? Not really doing that much shred.
Saying the collector isn't doing too much.
Not an optimal Renekton killing build, I would say. is my interpretation. Closer gets a massive ult here, by the way. Catches Diablo in this situation.
Oh.
Look at him, just on the edge.
Dead.
Unfortunately, his AD carry just, I don't even know what killed him. He just vanished. I'll be honest. And Vikla's still alive. And Vikla is just the main character, I feel. And also,
yeah, I don't know
look at all
about
the healing
next
that just keeps
one.
coming through. Look at these little things. from
So
Kellen
how
that
do
it's
we
healing
deal about
clear.
the next
Look at these
Baron?
numbers. It's like 20,
Bro.
40,
33.
30. Yeah.
26.
This has been going on all fight. Just
23.
these constant
Sorry
little green
deh,
numbers.
sorry.
Yeah.
If this is happening, this is a long fight. If this just keeps happening over the course of a fight. Look at that, it was 154.
Yeah.
The
It
value
helps
the
when
Calm
he
is getting.
doesn't die to Gnar at the beginning.
Yes, yes.
Oke,
Don't die to Gnar right at the start of the fight. That
nggak
is a
bisa
good
dilepas
strat.
sih, Bang ya.
Pyosik's here. I mean,
Hextech
it's against
Soul-nya,
Lee Sin. No,
ya.
the fight is early, but he's not able to get into the pit.
Aduh.
It's Hextech Soul.
Oke,
And now the
Alistar
engage goes in
masuk.
on a Diablo, but it's a little bit
Bang
half-hearted,
Pyosik sekarat,
as it's only really Peter who
anjir.
gets in there. Raptor trying to make it
Oke,
happen.
ultinya sangat bagus dari Cassiopeia, tapi gak cukup damage-nya, penuh lagi nyawanya, anjir.
And Dudu trying to run away from Raptor. The
Alamak.
Q clearly going to hit Duck Dom.
Awas, awas, cu,
And
awas,
he's
cu,
just
awas, cu.
essentially playing with
Kellen.
his food. But yeah, that's a giant fight now for BNK on this Drake.
They got Soul, they won the fight. Oh my, the
Ow,
rise.
ow,
Yeah.
ow.
Vikla's
This
running.
game's gone.
Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, it won't get him. But I think the base is going to suffer a heavy blow on the back. Dude, you go to base. You do not have the health bar to be hanging around. Yeah, I think this might be it. They might not end the game this second, but they're going to definitely do a lot of
Harusnya
damage to
sih
the
udah
structures.
bisa end ya.
And they're certainly going to try. I mean,
Ya,
the
harusnya
closer
sih
down
bisa end
for
sih.
20
Yo,
seconds.
ditunggu yuk, throwingnya
They're
yuk,
going to stick
BFF.
around, get some mantra.
I think the
Inspires there.
Yo, yo, masuk yuk, masuk yuk, masuk yuk.
Just a little
Bentar,
bit of
bentar,
extra
bentar,
chip,
bentar.
but,
Oh, Vikla is stuck there.
He's going to be denied in the Gnar. Catches two.
Mati itu dia throwingnya yang kita tunggu-tunggu.
Goes over to the Corki.
Alright, alright, here we go, here we go. Just Dudu! Aduh, Dudu mati. Ai, oh,
As
ah.
Pyosik is just gonna melt and the entire team
Aduh.
melts. At least Peter and Duck Dom get away for
Closer,
now.
you,
And, the
why you
Elvis
there,
Simon
why you
not
there,
quite going to
closer,
land.
why you
Closer
there,
not very long for this
closer.
world, so the staying around
Closer.
actually does work out for BNK for now.
Closer, why you
we'll call it a bait.
there?
Yeah. Well, Sonic Wave on a Duck Dom. Raptor wants it. He's going to go for it. Is able to hop over to his teammate. The wave once again cleared. And they're still here.
They just end. I think, you know,
I think
Palmer's
this
still
time they
here.
can, yeah.
I think it's time to end the game.
It's time. Get us out of this one,
Awas,
BNK.
awas.
And Duck Dom
Iya, GG sih, nice try.
trying his best. He's trying to
Satu
get those
sama,
damage numbers
satu
a little bit
sama.
higher. Oh, nice.
Wow,
Not gonna
well,
win.
well.
Nexus goes down. It's 1-1. We have a series on our hands.
Well,
Okay. Well, I think this was a scrappy game. Definitely not the cleanest.
Lee
A lot
Sin
of back and
sejauh ini
forth.
sukses semua
A lot
ya.
of DNK Fear X moments.
Hari
right?
ini.
We had the 8-1 Lee Sin.
Ngeri, Wak. Bang Botak
that,
balik lagi.
Definitely had some over-aggressive tendencies.
So
That's
far,
not
Lee
wiped
Sin
out
is
of,
very
Pyosik
successful
for the rest of the
in
series, so
any
they'll play
games.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think this is certainly more the vibe I imagined for this series compared to that game one. It was definitely a little bit chaotic, a little bit hectic.
Main Aram lagi. Biasa nih kadang-kadang kebanyakan gerakan tambahan ya. Ya, World Champion bang, biasa. Dia punya cara bermain sendiri lah. Emang World Champion ini suka lucu-lucu gitu mainnya. Ya nggak sih? Ya, apa pusreng aja ya? Main Yumi. Ya main Aram aja. PVP deng. Biar bisa AFK. Emang masih ada yang main PVP ya? Main Aram ngantuk anjir. Kayaknya nggak ada deh yang main PVP di Wing Rip. Bisa dihapus aja sekalian kalau bisa nih PvP ya. Gak ada yang main PvP. Ini udah gigi batu, duduk, gila, try hard banget main anjir. Ini yang di sini nih war yang tadi. Ya, nice try. Lah, beneran ke support gua. Ben apa smolder? Main looks, main looks. Belajar main looks. Aku kalau main looks kenapa kalah mulu ya? Heran gua. Masak Indomie dulu, masak. Enak tuh Indomie bang, hujan-hujan. Bete tumben ya mau puasa musim hujan sekarang. Biasa bulan puasa tuh panas, matahari bersinar, very hot, ngaheab cenah Sundanya mah. Oh iya, sekarang di Wild Rift udah ada Storm Surge ya? Item itu, item baru. Kalau nggak salah Storm Surge kan ya yang baru ya? Kita mau lihat tuh ah. Apa Aram dong itu? Tadi kayaknya aku lihat Storm Surge deh. Pas main Aram. Oh, weird. That was pretty weird, dude. Gak ngerti aku sumpah cara main Lux. Kalah mulu tiap main Lux, heran. Root jarang kena.
I can't stop smiling.
Pokoknya nggak kena anjir. Nah, kena loh. Set. Salah skill bang. Salah skill. Yang mana dong harusnya? Waduh, nge-slow. Nggak smolder ya? Ngeri nih. Aku nggak bawa electrocute. Pantesan kagak sakit basic attack-nya. Tadi. Meteor. Satu dua ultimate. Spam skill 3 aja, simpen rootnya. Oh, oke. Nggak ada mana juga sih. Bentar buka map dulu ya. Ya, kena first blood. Mid kita. Gak kena. Gak kena anjir. Mana sih orang jago banget Menlax. Aduh, iya bang, maaf bang. Iya. Balik dulu ya Bang Jin, gak ada mana anjir. Punten, halo punten. Si kocak sepatunya jadi sekarang. Udah setengah jalan. Coba kita ke mid yuk. Kita apa absen dulu di mid. Ada what ya? Lux dari kelas 10A siap. Undur mati. Alah, champion apa itu bro? Ngedesnya banyak mana anjir. Aku kembali. Hati bang, sakit tuh bang. Aduh bang. Reset season masih lama nggak deh? Harusnya masih lama ya. Kan baru reset berapa minggu gitu. Ya aku aja baru diamond. Baru naik diamond kemarin. Oh kena tuh ultiku. Tapi sakit ya itu Iral. Wow. Wah kena tuh nih. Wah nice tuh. Ini. Wah kena. Beli sepatu dulu ya. Let's buy shoe. Mau herald bang? Siap bang. Gue ikutin apa kata lo. Emangnya support publik suruh herald nggak jedog di pit naga anjay. Oh ya baik desnya. Waduh, enggak deh bang kalau itu bang. Aku bantu bang, aku peeling bang, tapi kayak, nah dapat bang. Ini kayak ada Irel, aku takut sih bang. Pulang ya. Anjir dia datang. Ulti apa? Itu zoning kocak.
The enemy team has slain the dragon.
Ini kita jadi herald kah, Bang? Jadi gak, Bang? Gimana, Bang? Aku buka map ya. Nah, aku buka map no. Aku support yang baik, aku buka map. Maaf nih, Bang Midland. Aku bantu clear aja ya. Gak ulti Timo itu, zoning. Makro. Gimana sih? Makro itu, bos. Aduh. Wih, bisa banget tuh, Bang. Itu dia. Aduh, ada revive, cok. Penyakit Irelia gila. Aduh. Bisa lah sih. Nice. Butuh anti shield kali ya? Apa Rabadon ya langsung? Rabadon dulu ya, biar sakit ya. Aku lumayan fat nih.
Middle turret is under attack. First turret destroyed.
Ini mah aku clear aja kali ya, mumpung banyak gold kayaknya. Nggak perlu sungkan-sungkan kayaknya ini clear mid. Syndra pada gampang, tinggal jauhin musuh aja, nggak perlu gold.
I just want to be glamorous for one night.
Wih, nice banget tuh. Aduh, ini yang ini gak lucu nih. Udah Viego. My jungle gak mau geng bawah nih, my jungle. Kita win lane loh ini. Enggak sih. My jungle gak mau ngegeng nih, my jungle. Wih, dapat atas nih, nice. Nice try. Clear aja lah ya, nggak usah sungkan-sungkan. Kita setara di sini. Nah, ini bisa kita singkirkan dulu buah-buahannya.
Turret is under attack.
Love and be loved. That is the dream.
Retreat from the enemy champion.
Save me a dance. I'll be right back.
Kayak kemahalan deh ini Rabadon. Tapi bawa mata gas. Rabadon terus anti shield langsung ya. Ini my jungle ini tidak mau dragon apa? Sakit ya. Yuk bersih-bersih bang. Enak nih. Buset. Aduh. Dia masih ada revive itu. Kayaknya nggak worth it kita all in ya. Wow, dia hilang. Nice. Nice. Belum mati aku guys. Beli meja ya pak? Wah, meja sih kayaknya Delesio ini. Sedikit kejahilan kecil gak sih? Hehehe, langsung nanti heal. Bodo amat, jual item, bodo amat. Ini meja ini kayak Delesio, Mamma Mia Lezzato. Halo banget tok. Pecah pala kau. Bisa kebeli anti heal kita ya. Bentar bang, aku gak ada ulti bang. Mundur cuy. Lah, kok dilawan? Mampus kau. Nice ulti cuy. Yuk. Agak throwing dikit mereka, nice tuh. Awas Molder. Nice. Full stack bisa nih meja ya. Aduh. Udah mulai. Bentar nih. Mana tadi?
Play Gwen? Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions you won't like the answer to. Okay? Ari gets picked up by Vikwa here. We did see some slight Ari buffs with the W cooldown. And also Ari Vi, pretty strong pairing as well. So not wanting to give that over. But yeah, they will just pick the Gwen into the Cassante. So, you know. And then the Akali comes through, hype matchup into the Ari, and also Akali Vi, a lot of dive threat already. I'm worried about what they're going to play in the AD carry role into this.
Yeah, Ezreal's gone, Corki's gone, Xayah available. I don't know if you want to pick that up here just alone. Not really a lot of good options. Even Sivir's gone. I mean, gonna go for the Poppy. A lot of dashes on the opposite side, obviously, so pretty good shot there for just getting a layer of protection first.
With Akali closer. Akali closer lawan Ahri ya?
Yep, so stopping the dashes, obviously a big aspect of it, but I still just feel like DN Supers have such an edge so far with how this has panned out. Nautilus ban comes through. We often see the Nautilus when Poppy support was a big thing. Nautilus was one of the better picks into it, as even if you pop the W, you still get CC'd with the Dredge line. Which kind of indicates it might be a Poppy support, but DN Supers aren't falling for it, and we're like, no, we're not certain. We're going to get rid of the Renata, as that would be a problem for our very dive-focused composition. The thing is as well is that if you look at BNK Furex's composition, they have a tank top laner. If the Poppy's jungle and Ahri's like one of your DPS threats, and you have an AD carry trying to survive against Gwen, Vi, Akali, it's just, there's no chance.
Yeah.
The Supers even banned the Lulu. They're like, we're cutting down protection tools for your AD carry. We don't want you playing a hyper carry. BNK Furex not only need damage, but they need a bot laner who's going to survive to deal damage.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of options as well for Kellen. Like, even Alistar's gone, Poppy, and Xayah seems pretty obvious. I was actually a little bit surprised they didn't ban this away. As for this, for the AD carry role, this seems like the safest pick left.
Honestly, I think DN Supers in this situation should just pick a bot lane 2v2 that just really punishes BNK Furex. And you might even force BNK Furex to flex the Poppy into jungle to have anything remotely salvageable bot lane. Pick like a strong winning 2v2. They end up going for Jin Leona. not exactly what I was talking about. It's a strong 2v2, but not
Leona Jin.
not sort of
Wah,
like the
ngeri picknya
you know,
super.
Civic Karma we saw from last game.
Ada Gwen sih enak lawan Kesante ya.
The ult from Jin does follow
Harusnya.
well on what the rest of the composition wants to do.
Secara teori sih Gwen enak sih lawan Kesante.
And there is
sih.
obviously, it fits with the theme of the comp.
So you gonna play like
According to the theory,
I mean, there's
we have
really not a
Gwen.
lot of good options.
I think
Kita hanya
Pantheon
harus
is- he's gonna
bersabar,
be playing
geng. Jangan
Poppy.
inting.
Yeah, I think this makes more sense. I think having Poppy in the jungle would just make your composition feel so flat. It already feels a little bit like you lack damage. I think if you had a Poppy in the jungle, I just would have so little faith in the composition because
Ya,
if one
kita
of your
masih ada
parries dies,
Gwen.
there's just
We
nothing left.
chill.
Ahri is one of your 2 damage sets, doesn't feel inspiring. And the big thing as well is you need momentum with an Ahri in fights. So how are you going to get momentum if you only have 2 damage dealers? If one of those damage dealers dies, it's just Ahri trying to get resets for herself. So
now you got this Pantheon that unlocks the Ahri a bit. You've got a very strong 2v2. You have more damage threat. Makes a lot more sense. And Pantheon's banned the first couple of games too, and we know he's very top tier in the jungle, so kind of just getting ignored all the way until the very end.
I mean, even in the last series, DNS were very often banning Pantheon against BNK Fear X. It feels like a pick that they've relied on heavily and wanted to get their hands on. They finally do with this flex. And I think the fact that it is the Jin Leona, I think the Poppy feels a lot better. You whip the Poppy out that early in the draft, and there's always that sort of concern that what if I just end up being useless? What if I just end up not being able to do anything in lane? And sure, the Poppy's always going to have value against the top side of the draft, but you know, if you get bullied out in lane, does it even matter? But it's the Leona, you're fine. So I think things worked out relatively okay.
Well, looks like we're ready to go as both drafts are set. BNK versus DNS. Game number 3 starts now. Game number 3 between these two. And if you knew which teams were playing, but you didn't know which comp went to one side or the other, I would think that this DNS comp is a BNK comp all the way. It's hyper aggressive, can get very divey, crazy. But it's actually BNK who are playing kind of this, like they have options for making plays, but definitely a lot of disengage for their AD carry.
I'm just concerned about the Gwen being a problem. Also the Akali having to deal with these threats onto your backline.
Takut damage-nya agak kurang buat Ahri. Nyari ult
It's a
resetnya aman.
scary prospect, but we'll see what Raptor can do on the Pantheon. If this Pantheon Ahri can get rolling, it just completely changes the dynamic of the game. So we'll see what they can do. Peter starts the Zenith play level 1. We have to see, you know, you go in
Aku
on the
masih di
Leona
match yang
with
tadi nih.
Aftershock and just get some
Belum
orders
kelar match
down
aku.
for a heavy trade. And there's not really much you can do in return to Leona, but end up being pretty even. It is Ignite for Peter as well. So fully committing to try and have some more power in the lane, Ignite and Aftershock, rather than going like heal Spellbook.
Lagi lock-in.
He's playing
Mejai aku full stack BTW. 30 stack Mejai aku. Main Lux, nggak bisa mati
still trying
aja.
to wrap my head around this, where both the Gwen and the Cassante were available, and they just blinded Cassante, knowing that Dudu can easily play, obviously, Dusante, but also Gwen. Just seems like a bit of a flub. And like, yes, Cassante's pretty strong for a game 3 and a fearless best of 5, but there are pretty clear counters available.
Yeah, close to just weathering the storm at the moment. Oh, did he miss that cannon? I think he did. That was very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, difficult for Leona to do too much in this lane, which is why I was kind of surprised when he got
Ini
picked up.
masih belum mati loh kok tadi. Zero death
You know,
aja.
there was that level 1 opportunity, and then from then on, it's like, okay, if I E in, I'm just going to get grounded.
What do you think you should have played instead?
Oh. Ini Akali apa gak susah apa
it's
ya?
kinda
Lawan
tricky
Pantheon Poppy ya?
So much stuff was banned too.
Closer main
Yeah.
Akali tapi ada Poppy, ada
Nico,
Pantheon.
Nautilus,
Kocak.
Renata.
I mean, Nico and Bard are like, and Karma are all picks that would have really done well, but they're all taken away either by bans or by Fearless. So that's kind of rough.
Raptors here. It's kind of an interesting play where Closer knows Raptors there,
They
although
also-
he kind of comes out of fog.
Oh. They also banned Ashe, because maybe they were scared like Ashe Seraphine, because that would have like crushed the 2v2.
Yeah, could have been an option as well.
It also, I mean, it just kind of depends, because I know someone like, maybe Lehens would even play something like Elise. And that could have obviously been hard to play into. We saw, I think it was Korea played that the other day. Not to too much great success, but we've definitely seen what it can do.
We're just kind of hanging out down here. A lot of trading, not really anything getting done all too much. Kellen using the backline minions to taxi in, land a Q. Looks like clear's okay for now. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, being down this much farm already.
Yeah.
Not great. Because don't get me wrong, this matchup you are going to get outscaled, and especially if Gwen gets wave access, stacking up the Q, it does a lot of damage. It's not fun to play into. But when you are falling behind this farm early, it's such a bad omen for the general state of the game. And I think Clear's just had a rough day so
Guys,
far.
ini meja aku gak pecah sedikit pun
Really
aja.
been struggling to have an impact.
Build apa? Build orang stres.
Like when he went for the
Tapi
Renekton all-in and missed out
gak
just
yang
slightly.
OP juga sih damage-nya.
Yeah.
Cuma stacknya full
we
aja.
talk about the Euro Dudu, and we like to meme it a lot, but it's real. I mean, this guy is having a great year so far. Even in matches where they're losing, he's putting up big numbers. He's sometimes getting close to solo carrying them, even if they're behind. The team is very obviously willing to give him carry picks and picks in the top lane that can
Irelianya
actually
nggak
take
bisa
over games.
ngincer aku bikin crown
Unlike,
tadi.
you know, other moments where top laners are just given Scion or Cassante in this case.
I think that's the thing. It's a lot about the faith the team has in him, because I feel like it was a weird thing that happened with Nongshim where like Kingham was just being put in like bad matchups or not being given carries, which he typically does well on. Whereas Judo, they're like, you know, we trust you, and it's really paid off now. Might get a fight here over this Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, just gonna go on in. I mean, level 6, this is about as telegraphed as it gets. First blood gonna be given over to the Pantheon. You can see that there's nothing really that Pyoshi can do about it.
Aku sih gak ngerti kenapa pick Akali ya lawan Pantheon Poppy.
Doesn't get a chance to use his second ult charge.
Oke, Bang Dudu sih harusnya bantai-bantai gak sih?
Gonna be good on the trade.
Waduh.
Action all over the map. Pretty quickly there. Yeah, win. Oh, yeah, that's how it goes.
Peter just wants to play the game, but he's not allowed.
I mean, he picked this matchup, you know?
Pantheonnya last pick.
I don't feel any...
Ada Poppy loh, Poppy-nya juga habis Akali kan?
Yeah, Kellen stepping up a bit too far when he doesn't have his W available. A little bit of a mistake. Leona with very short cooldowns in the kit. So we'll see the replay here. And Closer doesn't actually have flash. Not sure when that went. Actually went down earlier, right? In lane.
Yeah.
And didn't get time to get the R2 off, which would have certainly killed Raptor. Like, Raptor is squishy at this point of the game. So the fact they just instantly burst out Closer and Pyoshik not having ultimate there, that's the thing with the Pantheon. 3-6, super strong. At 6, the global pressure is there.
Jonas.
You do get the armor penetration, but in fights, you just don't have as much power as like a Vi. You don't have that ultimate, which just gives you that immediate lockdown, which can make 2v2s a little scary. If you're going against like an Akali Vi, they can definitely just lock someone down and blow them up. So finding that window when the junglers are both level 5, getting that early kill onto the Pantheon is huge, and now you have your ultimate which you can sort of control the map with and look to sort of find angles where maybe the enemy jungler isn't there.
Yeah, it's definitely a good look. It shows off the power of Ahri Pantheon just to get a pick target as well. You know, if somebody's out of position, be it Akali or Jhin or, you know, even a Gwen or a Vi, if there are more people there later on in the game, you know, you land a stun, you land a charm, the CC chain will be there to get some kills. So something to be wary of. And Closer not really enjoying his time so far in this lane. Understandably, the Ahri can be very annoying, range versus melee. But the kill on top of it gonna make it even worse.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you keep it up in farm, I think on the Akali you're normally okay, but he is starting to fall behind a little bit. Definitely seen some of our matchups go better than this. Not going to be able to pick up the grubs, not be challenged here, but it's going to be a trade to the Dragon. Chemtech,
Tumben ini pick Leona gak galak di lane solo queue, galak banget kalau ketemu Leona. Beda bang, ini turnamen penting.
What if it's Ocean again? We go.
Lawan Poppy juga sih, dia gak bisa maju.
So yeah, you know, the technology is out of the way.
Yep.
Kena counter.
Kellen.
Bentar.
It's just Kellen.
Okay, just Kellen.
That's the way it goes sometimes with him.
Well, it's just to be a little careful because he has no flash, and Leona, you have a lot of CC. So if she gets on top of you and gets a second Q down, she can then just ult ignite, and you might just be dead. They're looking for Victor.
Itu dia top lane jungleku.
He did not get to play the game perfectly executed from Closer and Pyoshi.
I think the only sort of saving grace for this is that Victor didn't do anything, because if he tried to do that, he was just dead.
Kataku MVP
Once
Dudu
they
sih.
connected
Kalau
the
misalkan
CC
benar.
and Closer got that shuriken onto him, there's no way you're escaping.
That Eli Dudu
Akali has
looks
too much mobility. If
pretty
you bring a cooldown, he's just
insane.
gonna die if he'd survived the initial burst. So he still has his cooldowns at least, which means he's gonna have some safety. But yeah, it was really well executed by DNS. And just goes to show what I was kind of talking about, the whole power of the Vi comboed with the Akali is such a threat.
Oh my god,
That's pretty huge. Give him a taste of their own medicine. Very nice setup here for
Guys,
Pyoshi.
makan malam enaknya apa ya?
Understanding the vision. Once he leaves the queue, it's over.
Yeah, there was like a tiny window at the end where he had control of his character, and he could have pressed buttons, but the shuriken was connected, so it's just like, he's just so incredibly dead.
Nggak doyan aku ngisi padang. Kebanyakan. Kenyang.
So he was pretty frustrated with that, but really there's nothing you can do. He's got Spirit Rush, he's got Flash for the next time. Okay. Vikla gonna take a ton of damage actually, and the Spirit Rush and the Flash not gonna help out too much if he doesn't Flash and Closer just blows him up.
I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of saying like you still have ult, you still have Flash. There's no way you're gonna die to like anything. At least not until Pyoshi can close out their ults back. You should never be dying to an Akali as an Ahri with ult. When the Akali doesn't have ult.
Yeah.
Like that should not be happening. The Shuriken connects here and the charm is wasted by Vikla, and then he just holds ult for so long. Like you need pressure buttons. Last time I was like, okay, you were dead anyway, hold on to them. And then you just press them and die.
He thought he was dead again.
Well, he was, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Closer has the Hextech Unblade, this huge spike, and Akali is a Closer champion.
Okay, they're trying to punish Dudu here. And he does have Flash, but I don't know if he's going to get to use it as the CC chain once again. This game is all about the CC chains. And Dudu doesn't get to press anything, so...
Not get to play the game, and now they're looking for more.
Clips about to go down.
Aduh.
Well, they got the Flash. Dom down here just getting plates.
Yeah, so one thing is that Diablo still hasn't finished his bot quest, actually. It's close, though. But delaying that slightly. But I think swapping here to try and get the kill, get the plates here, makes sense. A lot of gold actually picked up from this tower. A lot, in fact.
Yeah. Got a little bit of a collapse here from DNS.
Ultinya kena. Sakit tuh. Fine. Nggak ada Kellen.
Yeah, they're gonna get him. So Diablo's like, yeah, sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Just gotta leave you.
Ahri pakai Luden pas item.
Come in the end, even without him being in the bot lane.
Biasanya sih Malignance ya.
Kellen ends up a little bit overextended
Nggak tahu
and goes
tuh.
down.
Kenapa Luden sekarang?
Oh, here we go again. The Shuriken lands this time, and now he
Holy shit!
Anyway, although Closer at least does go down.
Pelan-pelan,
but he had to use
Closer.
everything to at least trade you.
Waduh. Ngeri gitu mainnya, bos.
Over Dom, kind of like, whoa, this is
Whoa.
unfair. Does have to flash the wall.
I think of all the 80 carries to get grabbed by a Cassante, I think Jhin feels the worst, just because what are you supposed to do? Honestly. Put 4 shots into him? Yeah, that's going to do anything. Closer is a problem. I will say Vikla getting the trade back kill is massive. It's shut down as well. So Vikla does feel good about this.
Charm. Q-nya gak kena, ngedodge. Masuk, Q lagi, ulti kedua, mati.
Kind of getting wiped. This does not feel comfortable. And Closer demonstrating his mastery with the champion quite heavily.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually expecting maybe Closer to go on to something like a Taliyah. You know, you've got Taliyah Vi, you have excellent lockdown. Taliyah is often kind of like the just handshake matchup with Ari, but instead he slams down the Closer pick so quickly. I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense because
Lu
it's
pikir
A lot
champion
of
gua
people favor
Cassiopeia?
the Ari into the
Akali
clear, and
nih,
also with
bos.
phase rush being
Thun doesn't have flash because he lost it to Cassante, and now he's just dead. Diablo, free kill for him. Nice setup from Raptor.
Yeah, I think with phase rush being nerfed as well, hitting the clear, I think people wouldn't. I think it makes sense that he opted into
Also,
Akali
Taliyah's
instead.
been kind of like not very good.
She's
Obviously,
been struggling.
it's been picked in Arise a lot, but
Yeah.
yeah, just in general, not having a good time, Taliyah.
But this was good setup from BNK Fearx, right? They get a kill onto the Jhin. They should be able to pick up Dragon here. They have both side lanes pushing pretty heavily, so I feel like DNS have to respond to these. They just won't have a window to contest it. It's just second Dragon. It's not the end of the world, but it's a good proactive play from BNK Fearx, using that Pantheon, getting the value from the ultimate. Just slide on in and destroy the Jhin.
Yep. And it's Ocean Soul this time, so a little bit less valuable.
Yep, it's not like the lowest Ocean value game. There's some champions who definitely will take a bit longer to cut through, and the healing will be valuable. But Ocean Soul never feels that good. It's a pretty weak soul in the grand scheme of things, so definitely means this one could be in for the long haul. Mia, what are you doing?
Okay, well this time there's 3 of them, and they're gonna get revenge for their buddy Jhin.
Cassante.
So they're gonna try.
Okay.
Clear trying to dodge everything, meanwhile
Nice.
just kind of dying at the same time.
Huh? Okay,
He's just
okay.
trying to convince someone to stand near a wall so he can like drag them over and get away, but just
Yeah.
no one
2
opted into
tahun
that
gak kelar-kelar ya
It's a
ngejar
good idea
Cassante.
not to opt into that, yeah.
Yeah, logical, smart. We've seen a few too many examples where it's a 3v1 against Cassante and then it turns into a 1v1 half a map away because he just took someone, kidnapped them, and solo kills them.
Remember Cassante before he was nerfed? Like 3 times?
Do you know what's crazy? In the LCK Cup,
Cassante di nerf 3 kali.
he's the most picked up laner.
Masih broken BTW.
It just kind of reminds me of like the top lane
Masih kurang nerfnya gak
version of
sih?
Azir, you know? Like, obviously he's not a control mage, but he kind of just does everything, right? Like, he can go in, he can kill you, he can be very safe, he can be a tank, he can do a ton of damage. It's kind of like old Ornn as well, where it's like, oh, he just does everything, he's a tank, he's unkillable. Also, he can get kills, and he can go on Seal Spellbook for Ignite, so he can have more pressure in the lane. Also, he can upgrade your team's items so you can scale. There have been some champs like that, just never seem to go away. Azir and Cassante being a couple of them. And Corki now is back. Champs that are just too safe, too reliable. LCK
Iya
loves
loh,
those.
tebel, aneh, tebel banget
All
Jhin.
reliable. And you actually have to gut them to stop them from picking them.
Yeah. But then they have like a 40% win rate in solo.
Charmnya kena.
He does Peter
sakit banget.
in a rough spot, but he's
Hati-hati,
Leona.
jangan all-in.
So I think he does
Ultimate
get away, but
dipakai
now
sama Leona.
DNS are like, huh, we don't have Leona, we don't have Solar Flare. What do we do? Do we fight anyway? Do we want to channel a little bit of BNK ourselves?
Oh, they're going in.
They're
Bentar,
going in,
bentar,
yeah.
bentar,
And
bentar.
now
Piasik,
the Vi
Piasik,
is
Bang
just
Piasik, Bang
kind of
Piasik.
going to have to flash the wall. So he does at least get out. And now Dudu with the needles getting some damage done. And Closer's getting into the fight as well. Reptile
Closer?
does go over. But there's the Featherstorm and there's a dead Akali. And that's why you pick the Xayah. Now Pyosik baited into this one. He's going to go down. And it's
Jumawa,
Diablo
mid lane
who's
gua.
driving Reptile in. He doesn't have any
kena,
health.
ya.
Doesn't seem to care. Gets the extra knockup. And
udah
has
kelar
that
nih.
shield. And this is all just getting very messy. So many kills going to BNK. And just like that, this game is blown wide open.
Diablo just refusing to sit out the fight. Once more kills. Dudu might be dead.
Even Dudu's like, you know what? Have me too. Why not?
Well,
You got everybody else.
they just go down though. But I think it doesn't really matter. And now, oh, pause.
Kenapa tuh?
Why is my screen gray? Is what they're asking.
Hello?
Someone,
They're like, wait,
Bump,
what happened
bump.
just now? Was that legal?
yeah, didn't feel legal.
So, okay, let's take a look here.
Peter
at the
gets
replay.
choked out, and it's so dangerous to approach from this angle. Kellen gets stunned into Peter, and I'm like, right, that's don't stand against that wall. And then watch, Pyosik stands against that wall. You just saw your Leona get stunned there and nearly die, and then he does it again. He does it himself. So
Iya,
no learning from
Pyosik
that.
kenapa masuk
That was
lagi
a
ya?
mistake. And then they
Itu
go aggressively in here, but
pertanyaanku.
it's just
Loh.
Closer against 4 people. And Kellen gets another great start.
Itu
Kellen honestly
loh.
getting a ton of value on the Poppy. I wasn't
Kan
sure.
kelihatan
We
di
don't always
map.
know how much value a Poppy's
Yeah.
going to get, but, you know, we knew it would be good against the top side. They picked the Leona into it as well, and it got tremendous
tim mana
value in
dek?
this team fight. The
Korea
amount of
lawan
wall
Korea.
stuns he got was kind of just insane. And then this is where I got a little bit goofy.
Here, this is the moment? What about like 30 seconds ago?
No, 30 seconds ago was normal team fighting. In the
Cassandra
context of this
died, at
series.
least.
Okay.
This is when it got really goofy.
So, looks like we have a keyboard issue.
Oh, keyboardnya
As we're
rusak.
issuing a
Si
new keyboard.
apa namanya?
Yeah.
Dude, who...
Dudu.
I mean, he
Bang Dudu
looked
keyboardnya
like he was
jebol
playing
kah?
fine on the Gwen. But he did die there
Keyboard
at the
mahal
end.
itu ya?
Maybe something went wrong at that moment.
Yeah, he did get a kill back at least.
LCP
So, not the
menurut
end
tuh
of the
ngantuk
world.
kagak deh? Seru tadi. Lebih seru LCP match daripada
Let's see what
LCK
comes
yang
from
ini.
this.
Tanya aja
Obviously, the fact that
chat.
he did go down, wasn't able to defend the
Iya
tower.
guys.
A little bit unfortunate.
Tadi seru banget
But
LCP.
just a massively rough fight
Yang ini
for the
malah
side
ngantuk
of
kan?
DNS is generally the takeaway.
Yeah, I just feel like when you're
Keyboard
going...
Dudu jebol,
like,
kenapa
the
tuh
team
dihantam
has to
Dudu
go
kan?
all in, sure.
Iya kali
But
dia
they were going
dia ngamuk
all in
kali.
after Peter was
Capek
chunked,
dia carry
after
dia tadi,
Pyosik
anjir.
had flashed away. And they're going all in onto a Xayah with Featherstorm. Like, this is the bread and butter of BNK's composition. You're playing right into it. And you don't even have your whole team. So it was just a massive overplay of their hands. They're like, we're a dive comp, we have to dive 3v5 in the enemy jungle against the Xayah. So, yeah, definitely a bit of a
Di-pause
mistake.
lagi.
It looks like the keyboard is not working.
Really living up to the spirit.
Dipasang
of a
iklan lagi
BNK
tuh sama
composition
Twitch-nya.
is DNS.
Kocak.
Yeah.
Kesempatan lu ya.
Fortunately, it looks like we're having more keyboard issues. Well, hopefully, we'll get that sorted out soon enough.
Yep.
Nggak bisa
That
bang.
is
Gimana sih bang?
definitely the current problem once again. So I would assume that maybe the typing works because he was typing. He's like, yeah, okay, it works. But then he went back in the game and it still doesn't work. So that
Kalau gak ngantuk ya tunggu sirkus T1 aja.
would mean it's probably not a keyboard.
T1
I
lagi.
want you to break it down for me. Get into the tech. What could it be then? Speculate.
You know what's interesting?
Roll
I'm
for speculation.
actually one of those guys that, you know, has been playing video games and PC games since I was very young. But I really
Iya,
don't
keyboardnya
know
di-hack,
that much
anjay.
about like the tech. Like I can't build my own computer.
Ini
I don't even really
fansnya-
know. Like I know what the parts do.
Fansnya JNG nih.
And I know how
Ngehack
a keyboard
nih.
works basically.
Ketar-ketir
I
mereka.
can't break it down for
Nggak
you,
mau
is what I'm
lawan
trying to
Pyosik.
say, Ox. I don't have the knowledge.
Wow.
Tidak,
Slacking.
Lord Pyosik. Kamu
What
tidak
about you?
boleh
Why
menang
don't-
di
why don't you
sini.
break it down?
I
Nanti kamu
reached
bisa
out to you.
membantai
This was your
Canyon.
time to shine.
Oh.
We talked about this.
Well, yeah. No, this is not quite in my wheelhouse.
Maybe it's a software issue, you know, rather than a hardware issue, right? Because he switched the keyboard, the physical aspect of the keyboard,
Yeah.
and that didn't seem to resolve things. A lot of these peripherals have software that they come with, so maybe
Yeah.
T1 ada gak?
there's an issue
Sirkus
there.
dia sudah
Maybe a
pindah ke
driving issue,
Hanwha
I
Live.
don't know.
Iya
But it
juga
was
ya.
working before, so that seems unlikely.
I feel like it's probably an in-game issue.
I'm just saying a lot of buzzwords sound like.
Just gotta like spin the gears on the keyboard and, you know, kind of put it back in place.
Badutnya banyak
Yeah,
sekarang.
maybe it's
Ada
try to
KT, ada
turn it
Hanwha
off and on
Live.
again.
Nongsim anjir.
I'm plugging it back in again.
Paling lucu Nongsim. Kalah sama di RX.
All right, we got refs running around.
Maybe someone spilled water on it. That's not,
Ulala.
so I've
Maybe you
heard
didn't realize.
water and electricity do not mix, generally speaking.
If the electricity is on, especially,
Yes, that's
Generally the best.
that's pretty bad for it. The lights on the keyboard, that's generally a good sign. So, yeah, we'll
More analysis of
Ya,
the situation.
So
bentar
if you
guys.
look at this
Kalau
keyboard, see how a
misalkan
lot of them,
nih,
a lot of
nih,
the keys
denger ya.
are red,
Kan
but
T1
one is
disebutnya
like this sort of
sirkus ya.
yellowish color.
Tapi setelah
Maybe
Guma
we should
pindah,
try to turn that
sirkusnya
yellowish
pindah ke Hanwha
key
Live loh.
Red, so they're all the
Apakah
same color.
Or what if the
artinya
yellow one is the only one that's kind of working and everything else is not working?
is that been
I
They need to
see.
fix every other...
selama ini?
Then we might be here a while, because that seems like more of a problem.
There's actually...
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
T1
And this
kan disebut
sign, why I
sirkus.
do mention it
Tapi
is
semenjak
because,
Guma pindah, sirkusnya di Hanwha Live.
you know, calling for
Isn't
Dudu
that
to join the Asian
mean?
Games team. By the way,
Guma just
I don't know
basically
who Margaret Mahi is, but it's his
the
goat.
king
Also,
of
shout out from
clown.
Wellington. Where's that, Ox?
Raja Badut dong Guma, kocak.
Where's that?
Lah.
Because I definitely
Lo
don't
lo
know.
lo
You know where I'm
lo
from.
lo.
Ox is pulling out his phone.
Raja
Isn't
Badut
Wellington in
anjir.
England, right?
Kind
of sounds like
no,
British
it's
thing.
New Zealand.
Oh, okay. I mean, at least it's Commonwealth, I guess.
Yeah, I thought I didn't recognize it. How dare you try and call me out on that?
I should have messaged Atlas. He's from New Zealand, right?
Yes, he is. Totally.
Yeah. Oh, it's the capital city of New Zealand.
MVP loh, MVP
I only
World
know
loh
about
dia.
Auckland. Okay, we're going in onto Raptor, but he is
Okay.
Pantheon. Eventually, that shield does go
Is
down.
my
and he's
Pantheon
dead.
trolling?
And it's
Nice,
shutdown
nice,
here for
nice.
Ducktown. So he might slowly become a
Pantheon,
champion.
what are you doing, bro?
I can't believe you put the accusation on me.
What?
It sounded British. I don't know.
Apa
You know
yang
that I'm
terjadi
not gonna
setelah
know these
pause? What?
things.
What do you know, Brendan? You are no help with the keyboard issue, right? Did no help with Wellington?
Yeah, apparently Wellington, Florida is a village in
Playstyle
Palm
Guma
Beach
itu ngikutin
County.
engage, bukan ngebuka engage beda sama ruler pace sama Yuzi.
It's known as the
Iya sih, dia
equestrian-
kayak apa ya? Dia kalau misalkan timnya kalah, ya kalah gitu loh.
I did know about
Beda
it.
sama
That's why
kayak
we're
ruler
in
ya.
York.
Kalau ada kalau
You're
timnya
old
behind dia
York.
masih
No, they don't call it that. They just call it York.
They
gigit
don't
gitu
call it that, but
istilahnya.
that's what it is.
No, they just
It's
call it
old York.
If they called us Old York, they'd just call you York, and that'd be weird.
No,
MVP
we're still
sesungguhnya
the
itu
newer
kayak ya.
York.
You also have,
Still new.
you also have
Aku
New
bahkan
England.
kemarin pas nonton,
we do.
aku kira
Yeah,
MVP-nya
There's a lot of
owner loh.
those.
Soalnya
A lot of our stuff
GG
is
banget
named
dia
after
main.
like British things for some strange reason. I
I
don't know
can't.
why.
They don't figure that out yet.
You know,
Ternyata
honestly,
Gumi.
Do they
no
teach you
idea.
that in school?
Tapi Guma
No,
emang Miss
definitely
Fortune-nya
not.
keren sih. Miss Fortune
I
sama
don't get to the bottom
Sivir-nya
of
sih.
this. It'd be good to know.
Yang kemarin sih.
How about New Jersey? Do you guys have an
Ash,
old Jersey?
Sivir sama Miss Fortune-nya ya. Ngeri-ngeri sih.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Do you have a regular, just like Jersey?
You know what? I'm gonna say something. This is gonna blow your mind.
Iya
I do
loh,
not know
udah
the name
Guma
of
udah
every
salam loh
single
corner
thing
loh.
in the
Selamat
British
corner
Isles.
MVP
But you're
gitu.
from
Lah gua katanya.
Yeah.
Lah kok gua?
You're supposed to know everything.
Mind blowing, isn't
What
it?
about
Selamat
New
Bang
Hampshire?
Owner MVP-nya
Is
lah
there a
gua.
Hampshire?
Guma yang dapet.
These
I'm just really
questions.
curious. Like, Jason's putting it on the prompter, and I kind of have to ask the question. I need to know.
I haven't heard of a Hampshire, but maybe.
You guys have like shires, right? Do you call them shires? Is that why it's
Yes, we have
Hampshire?
shires.
Yeah.
My my neighbor was Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm good friends with.
Uh-oh.
Iya,
Frodo
Miss
Baggins.
Forty.
Anyway,
I
we
knew
get
it.
back to the game.
Piosik's trying to get in here and steal this away. They weren't able to
Oh.
quite knock him away.
Oh,
Look at
mana-
the damage here
Cha-
from the
where
Ari.
is the
Ducktown's just trying to walk
charm?
and reload his gun.
Cooldown
He's
lah.
not even able to do that. Another knock into the wall here from Kellen, who's going pretty aggressive.
Oke, itu dia charmnya.
As he goes
Oke Bang
closer, he
Koser.
wants his kill, and
Oke
that's
Bang
gonna do it. The exhaust comes down the dodge, the defender
Ngeri.
pull, but eventually he does go down.
Siap.
So it's essentially just a trade of mid laners, and I think as BNK, you'll take
Tapi
that.
kalah sih
Yeah, I
tower.
think you're pretty good
DNS
with
belum
that.
dapet tower satupun.
But does this give them window to start the Baron? Not really. I think Close has just been trying so hard to find angles in this game, and it's just kind of getting denied every time. It's kind of him against the world at the moment. See a replay, setting up for the Baron here. They do manage to get the TP from the Gwen, which
Aku
is
berharapnya
decent
Doran
value
sih yang
in
MVP
itself.
membungkam para haters
And Vic
apalagi
was so
bandingin
close
sama
to taking
Zeus.
out Top-down here. But he gets a little bit
Ya,
crazy here.
kalau iya
Obviously, those
keren,
cooldowns
tapi
of Ari makes it
dari
easy to
cara
pick up
main
the
dia
Claws,
kemarin
comes in.
sih,
Closer kind of ulted to get away from the
nggak
Poppy
bisa
before
sih.
the Steadfast Presence was there, but it was just... You know, you're kind of in, but there's no way to get out again.
Kellen, by the way,
Iya, ini
did
closer kayak
pick up
dendam
the
deh
smite
sama
as well,
Ari.
but more importantly,
Sumpah nih
Hampshire
orang lebih milih
is a
ngekill Ari
ceremonial
daripada menang
county
game.
in southeast England.
Well, I can see from the map, it's at the very bottom, and I'm from the very top of England.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of like close to where London is?
Yeah, well,
Shouldn't you kind of know the things that are a little bit close to London?
you know, this is crazy to say, but I don't live in London.
What do you mean? You're British.
Yeah.
We're just going in. We're trying to kill a Jin, and Duckdown doesn't have his flash.
Guys, kesantai
But
itu.
Clear doesn't do a
Jangan.
whole lot by himself, so Raptor's gonna send it too. And eventually they will kill the Jin, and the rest of the team is catching up. As the Ari goes over the wall, the entire team is dead before Closer gets to press any buttons.
Draft, draft deep ini susah. Susah cuk. Draft deep cuk.
And that might
Next,
just be
next,
game
next,
from
next.
there. B&K clean ace into Baron.
That was pretty decisive. No real angles there for DNS. A clean ace. Helen even has a smite in pocket to secure the Baron. Hope the Jin comes down, but play it quick just to disrupt it on the Cassante. And Jin, you can't do anything. This Cassante with the extra shield as well. The Pantheon comes in. What is the counterplay? The fact that Raptor doesn't die here too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Iya loh. Kan yang harus yang bisa ladenin Cassante Gwen ya. Gwennya mati anjir.
Yeah, as I was saying, I'm from Newcastle. It's from the complete other end of the country.
Ada.
We don't try to
How
think.
far up is it
Ada.
on that?
Mama.
How far up is Newcastle?
Like on that map we have there on our prompter.
Like way
top one?
Top.
Itu Gwen udah
Those are
pakai
the
item baru
counties.
sih itu
Yeah.
Down and Dusk ya.
It's somewhere
Yang
up there,
attack
totally.
speed sama
See at the
magic
top?
penetration kan
See
ya.
at the top, right?
Magic
There's that
penetration sama
little
attack speed kan
one.
itu
Yeah.
Down and
Second
Dusk.
from the top.
Yeah,
Nah
yeah.
itu
That's
literally
right.
item buat Cassante tuh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Cuma dianya
It's pretty far.
tipis ya Gwennya.
Next to the
Dijedor
sea.
sama
Yeah.
Pantheon
There's a
mati
lot of
anjir.
water there.
Yeah, I figured because it was there. We also got an update on Jersey. It's the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, located in the English Channel,
Oh yeah,
French coast of Normandy.
I've actually heard of that.
Oke, dapat
Going
red.
in onto Pantheon
Aduh.
again. It's not going to work with a Poppy in his
Ai,
face. Well, they can't go on to anyone else, so they just elect to do that. Stun comes in. Duckdown's like, why am I playing Jin? This game is over. It's
Iya
been
juga
over
ya.
for a while, guys.
Siapa
That's
sih yang
why
ngasih
we're
Jin
talking
ke si Deokdam anjir?
British counties and stuff.
Ide siapa?
Well, that's one of
No,
the
I'd forgotten about Jersey, but I did remember. I was thinking it was an island, but yeah. I guess my geography is just kind of weak. I did study at school, but it was a while ago. as you may realize.
Same.
Jangan
Well,
5
we're just
game lah
kinda
bang,
killing members of
pegal
DNS.
aku.
And we're going to
Where'd he go? Peter just entered the
perfect way to
Peter
end
just
this game.
entered the lunar orbit. Wow.
Wow. That's quite a feat. I don't think it's more impressive than B&K winning this game, though. And you know,
I think what it was is Peter hit our discussion, and he was like,
wanted to blast out.
he wanted to visit these places we were talking about. He was like, I want to go to Jersey and Hampshire, and he took a little trip
Yeah.
right over.
I learned a lot during this game. I really did.
Main lagi.
No,
Oh
not really.
no.
One.
Aduh, sedih gitu Wak. Grafiknya suram. Down dash itu ada text padnya itu. Makanya bisa skip Nasor Tooth sekarang. Gara-gara ada down dash. Literally lebih bagus daripada Nasor Tooth. Besok DK yang menang. Besok DK lawannya apa? Bukan. DRX ya? DK lawan DRX. You know what? Anything can be happen, not gonna lie. Apapun bisa terjadi besok. DRX juga jungle-nya udah ngeri banget mainnya sekarang. Si Wheeler ini. Ngeri sih. Chat, aku pengen bikin konten itu deh, konten glazing. Nah, konten creator ini jarang kan yang bikin kayak apa nih? Kira-kira tim apa nih nanti yang di first stand? Nah, gitu kan. Kayaknya jarang tuh yang bikin konten gitu tuh. Apa kita bikin aja ya kali ya? Ntar ya. Soalnya gak ada yang bikin kan. Aku bikin aja kali. Aku kan sering nonton LoL Esport. Jadi aku tuh pick-picknya tuh. Buat first time aja, ntar MSI bikin lagi gitu loh. Nggak tier list sih, lebih kayak glazing aja. Aku kan suka nge-glazing gitu, kayak ini nih guys, Kin, top laner terkuat di dunia. Main picknya Kesante, comfort picknya Gwen, misal kayak gitu. Glazing aja. Kalau tier list gitu mah kayak sebagai bronze tidak berhak buat bikin tier list aku mah. Glazing aja kita mah. Sabi sih, gas nih. Berarti pas sudah ke lock ya, siapa yang ke first 10 ya? Iya, berarti kita nunggu kelar final semuanya sih, baru aku bikin paling kontennya. Niatnya sih begitu. Semoga ada Jitu. Kalau Jitu aku udah tahu aku mau glazing siapa. Aku mau glazing Skumon. Walaupun Skumon dibully tahun kemarin ya, tapi di split kali ini Skumon player Jitu paling kuat malah. Yang mana itu standarnya sih rendah banget ya. Not gonna lie, the standard is pretty low now. Skumon pemain terbaik di Jitu sekarang. Standarnya sejatuh itu Jitu. Jitu playoff kok lolos playoff mereka. Slot tim first 10 LCK sama LPL ada 2 kan ya? Iya berarti ntar kita glazing 2 tim ya kalau LPL sama LCK. Gelo Nocturne, belajar Nocturne. Yasuo jungle ya? Meta kah Yasuo jungle sekarang? War. Yasuo jungle. Aduh. Gue gak ngikutin CBLOL, gak tahu mau glazing siapa. Aku juga gak nonton LCS sama CBLOL, tapi kalau yang aku gak nonton mah lihat Wikipedia aja. Tapi aku hafal sih beberapa pemainnya sih, kayak Tatu, Titan ya kan. Tatu, Titan, Kaiwing sekarang ada di Brazil juga.
Minions have spawned.
Kalau Tion mau glazing siapa kayak? Aduh, iya juga ya aku harus glazing T1 anjir malas nyo. Yang pasti aku gak bakal glazing Faker sih, karena masa Faker lagi sih. Bikin konten bahas Faker lagi kayak orang udah tahu gitu. Paling Keria kali ya. Oh gak Pace lah, jelas lah. Aku glazing Pace lah. Nah Pace cocok tuh. Player SK paling tua yang masih aktif tuh Faker kah? Itu juga cukup tua gak sih? Si Kas itu. Kas BDD. Oh Scout juga main old juga sih. Scout sekarang balik LCK kan? Scout Kas BDD. Oh, Ghost juga deh. Enggak deh, Ghost mau baru. Nggak lama-lama banget maksudnya. Dari angkatan 2013. Siapa ya? Mata gak ada, Mata jadi coach. Siapa lagi? Easy Hun jadi coach. Tolong chat.
Ally slain.
Suaranya kayak delay gitu sih. Bentar.
Retreat from the enemy champion.
Yang paling tua Faker deh tersisa. Teman-temannya sangatnya udah jadi coach serta streamer. Iya, Peanut sih. Peanut juga udah jadi streamer sekarang ya. Bener kayaknya tinggal sisa Faker doang deh. Berarti T1 curang anjir. Harusnya nggak boleh nggak sih itu? Itu literally ada coach main. Berarti T1 nge-cheat anjir. Ada coach main, kocak. Nge-cheat anjir. Orang-orang mah coach mah duduk di ruang komputer. Ini main coachnya. Anjay.
Middle turret is under attack. Enemy slain.
Are you getting tired yet?
Iya ya, kayak Mata sama Koma gak berani juga sih ngomong sama Faker. Kayak Bang Faker gini kayak kagak berani deh. Lebih coach Faker dah daripada Mata juga. Aku coachnya, aku juga yang main gitu. Kau diam.
Enemy missing. Middle turret is under attack.
Setidaknya kita dapat satu. Faker udah kontrak seumur hidup mati man kayak nggak harusnya ada peraturan baru sih. Itu curang itu ada coach main itu. Tapi ada kemungkinan kenapa sekarang voice com bisa ngobrol sama player mungkin karena faker kali ya. Masuk akal sih. Jadi mereka selama ini kan mungkin wah curang nih T1 punya coach main gitu ya kan. Akhirnya mereka bikin rules baru. Oke guys, mulai sekarang coach bisa ngobrol sama player 3 kali 1 match gitu kan. Soalnya dari dulu T1 punya faker gitu. Akhirnya dibikinlah rule itu kali.
First turret destroyed.
Are you getting
On my
tired
way.
yet?
You have slain an enemy.
The sound.
Apakah aku di unfriend? Semuanya aku unfriend. Tidak ada yang tersisa. Add lagi aja kalau mau.
Your team has slain the Rift Herald.
Tapi jarang mabar juga sih.
Perfect.
Sense fear.
semua aku bete waktu itu lu streak 11 apa kan lagi full cam lu streak 11 kali anjir. Bete ku unfriend semua temenku.
Swim in terror.
Top turret is under attack.
Afraid of the dark. Their twilight approaches.
Ally slain.
Are you getting tired yet?
Top turret is under attack.
Kena semua ya, soalnya ngeri cok.
Enemy double kill.
Kacau.
Enemy rampage. Enemy slain.
Bukan sembarang Yasuo ternyata. Kira udah nggak main Wild Rift? Masih. Aku main dua-duanya malah sekarang. PC main, Wild Rift main. PC aku pakai WASD. User psikopat tidak. Udah mulai ya? Sorry.
By the way, there's actually a new Castle, Kentucky.
Ntar guys,
I was
aku
joking
sambil
about
main.
Castle, Kentucky, but there's actually new Castle, Kentucky. That's crazy that that
Dudu
exists.
main Zahen.
So Zahen is
Oh
locked in,
no.
and it is flexible. Thinking about Caitlyn here.
Caitlyn, Nico would be pretty hard to play Calista Renata into. And I'm not sure what else you would really pair together with the Calista. So, have B&K FearX put themselves into a tricky situation here is the question. We know Renata is one of Kellen's best champions. One he has had some fantastic performances on.
Yeah.
but your AD carry gets outranged, and you're going to get poked pretty heavily by the Nico. So do you opt into that? I'm not sure what real alternative you have. And they will just go for it. It still represents threat in the 2v2 if Caitlyn or Nico misstep, overstep, and they get caught by a handshake. The sustained damage, the all-in from their Kalista, Renata has the threat, but the poke, the harass, the range trades are definitely in favor of DN Supers right now.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Xin Zhao versus Dead Xin Zhao. Bener lagi. Tapi ini di jungle gak sih? Bisa gak sih jungle Zain?
Yeah, they're not convinced
Apakah
it's
sudah saatnya kita lihat Zain jungle?
It may not be. It may be top lanes ahead. Kind of the power of picking it early. You have this flexibility, this option.
Is it about time we saw Zain jungle?
Cards close to your chest in this situation, especially because the jungle pool obviously been thinned out a good amount. And we'll see what ends up coming through here. In the top lane, we still haven't really seen, you know, like Sion still available, Rek'Sai still available. A lot of these sort of tops you can just pick up quite stably. Really hammering home, we want Xin Zhao to have a good time.
Yeah.
Because they're banning the picks you take in Xin Zhao, which is Jax and Trundle. And a reminder, Xin Zhao to get a slight buff in this patch.
Yeah.
So the main one was the healing on the passive, got a little increase. The other one was attack speed on his E, but it's only at later ranks. And typically we see that, I mean, it kind of varies. Some people max it second, some people max it third. But it's something you only really get later in the game. So not as big of a deal. But the passive heal is nice, and considering he was already strong in pro level, definitely something you're happy to get. Today going to come through for Vikla. And with no Ari to match into it, feeling pretty good. Oh, this would be very hard for the BNK to deal with, because you're lacking gauge so hard already.
Galio aja gak sih? Oh, Galio di ban
and
ya?
you just hope Xin Zhao can dive on someone. You're just going to get poked out
Aduh,
from a
dia
distance
main
every
Zoe,
time.
cok.
Yeah, Zoe, as long as he can hit things, I do think that is going to be huge. Now, I haven't seen a lot of closer Zoe. I don't know if I've ever seen it at all. I can't recall specifically, as we're thinking about Graves.
He did play a Zoe game in the LCK Cup, but I can't remember if it went well.
Mundo, something our spacers mentioned during the pre-show that Pyosik could eventually get to.
Yep, a lot of bulk, and can kind of just soak damage for the rest of the team. And it is going to be that Rek'Sai coming through for clear. Definitely something that can find good flank angles and hopefully be a threat on the backline, which is important, because right now, I think the DN Supers composition, you know, assuming bot lane plays out well, and Zoe gets some momentum, I don't think they have a good
Mundo
answer
sih.
to the
Kita
Zoe.
lihat lah Mundonya ya.
Does this comp even deal
Mundo sih.
damage? Like, I guess if they are on top of them,
Mundo sih,
and the
Mundo
Kalista's
sih.
like hitting the Mundo and the Zahen, and yeah, sure. But like, I don't know.
I don't think damage.
If it does damage.
I don't think damage is the issue, because I think if they can hit a target for long enough, they'll kill any target, right? It's a Kalista.
Can they get to that target?
I think more the issue is that reaching the backline, because if you're just hitting the Mundo while Zoe's firing trouble bubbles, Nico's searching for a flank,
you're running
Tapi
through
ada
traps
Rek'Sai
and
juga
stuff.
Caitlyn's autoing you.
Yeah.
That's more the prevalent issue, is that you don't have time. If you get on top of the backline,
Rek'Sai
then you'll
apa
blow them
tadi?
open super quickly. But it's getting access to the backline is the more pressing problem. So that's what I'm concerned about in this situation. Also, the fact that the bot lane matchup is not too much of a fun one. We'll have to see how that one plays out. Also, close on the Zoe. See if you can have a performance a bit more like BDD.
Yeah, I mean, if BNK can pull this one out, they deserve the win. Let's see how it goes as we hop on the rift for game number 4. Here we are in game number 4. And to get back to the topic on hand, Jisun had a very important question. What if you're actually from the Kentucky Newcastle and you're faking the British accent for concept? You're just pretending to be this Ox guy from that area of the world. But you're actually,
Renata,
you love soccer
Renata Kaisa ya. Renata Kaisa.
cookouts.
Diokdam sih lumayan sih
For the
Caitlyn
Super
harusnya.
Bowl.
I trust Diokdam Caitlyn.
And burgers as well is another one we have to mention.
Surprised,
What if that's actually what you're into and you're from Kentucky? I think Jason just figured him out. I think it's real. Based on your reaction.
I think our relationship has changed, Brendan. We're now purely co-workers, no longer friends.
Oh, were we friends before?
Maybe we're maybe
I didn't realize.
Maybe we're associates, but now we are merely co-workers.
I like that play from Kellen. Aggressive level 2 flash handshake.
Yeah, looking for the angles. I think you have to when you're playing this 2v2. Try and find opportunities for the all-in. Oh, does catch Peter here.
Yeah, and guess who's on the way? It's Raptor. Level 3 gank with red buff. Duck Dom. He's got a net, but that's all he has. Flash on in. They're going to give the kill over to Diablo, who says, thank you very much. Nice gank here from Raptor.
Yeah, look how as well they make sure they overcommit to the damage, so Duck Dom can't even barrier. Make sure he gets the final auto, so if he did rend, I think it would actually kill through barrier.
Iya, TP di nerf ya.
Yeah, just a good gang.
Kok
This
pada
is how you
bawa TP
disrupt
lagi
the bot
kan?
lane
Biasanya semua
2v2.
bawa
As you
TP.
can see, Kellen was already starting to get poked out, starting to get chunked. If the lane played out in normal 2v2,
Kucingnya
I think
mana?
it would start to
Lagi
sway back
sibuk.
towards the DNS bot
Benerin
lane.
mobil.
But I didn't give the window. I think Diablo and Kellen playing it very well, and Raptor coming in at the perfect time. You know, this bot lane last year had so many 2v2 kills, and I know they had to bring in the jungler for that one, but I think it just kind of goes to show how much confidence they have in their 2v2 laning that they'll opt into this matchup.
See, Raptor also didn't even get punished for being bot side early. He just was able to clear the bot side, get the gank, and then just go up to the top side of the map after getting a long sword. Doesn't even lose a scuttle because he's playing against Mundo. And Piosik's like, well, I was clearing top to bottom anyway. It's not like I can invade the blue buff right now.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard for Piozik to have too much of an impact early.
Piozik
It's kind
main
of just
Mundo
like,
ya.
I'm Mundo, I farm.
Sebenarnya Piozik main kan khawatir sih semua.
If someone's overextend, I can gank them.
This is getting
Piozik
pretty
Mundo tuh
rough.
agak
Yeah, they're really
mengkhawatirkan.
starting to fall behind. I mean, it's a big item advantage already for the Kalista. And every time you find an
Guys,
opportunity to
aku
reset
menang guys,
the
main Nocturne
lane,
guys.
you know, pick up the refillable for Kellen,
Gila, jago juga gue Nocturne.
reset the health bars,
Kacau.
that poke, the progress that's been made by DNS is kind of undone.
Oh, meanwhile,
Oh.
we got Vikla
Closer?
doing pretty well here in mid. Although the rocks are kind of going the wrong way, but still a very good trade here onto Closer. So Closer, he's going to be fine. I mean, he did go Ghost, but we also have Cleanse for Vikla, so no teleports from the mid lane.
Anjay, win
They could
streak.
actually use the cleanse as well there, so
9 kill, lumayan lah ya. Yasuonya ngeri betul tadi.
not at a deficit in terms of
Solo
summoners, but
carry
sticking
anjir
around here to try
Yasuo.
and pick up the farm.
A plate.
Right. Yeah, Blake going down. So I think it's just positive for B&K FRX so far.
I don't think he got it.
Oh,
Sudah
it's actually
saatnya kan
slithered
menjadi
away, yeah.
manusia setengah
Did he
Nocturne.
just... Okay, he's just clear.
Siapa tuh di
It
notice
was super
Bang Oner
close,
kocak.
There are these, the covers to these great chairs we have. I sometimes like to play with them, and it just fell off. So Ox was not happy about that. Raptor's going in here on a Piozik.
Yosi.
And, I mean, he is down, so he's very confident to do so. There's not really much that Peter can do. Piozik has to flash away. Knockup goes in onto Peter. And he's going back. Gonna force another flash. Well, he does have to use his own.
Ceder.
as-
Aduh.
Getting pretty close there. From Duck Dom.
Wish,
Nice
wish,
dodge
wish,
on the
wish,
root,
wish,
but
wish,
even
wish,
more
wish, wish,
damage
wish,
to come through. And now
wish,
Zoe
wish.
is here. And now they're going to turn it as Vikla shows up, picks up a kill. And Closer can't do much. Is now
Done.
underneath the
La,
turret,
la,
trying to
la,
flash
la,
away, but it's
la.
just a solo kill. Dudu just dominating the top lane every single game.
The thing we can maintain is it is absolutely the year of Dudu.
Let's go,
without
Dudu.
doubt.
Yeah.
He is crushing a matchup,
What?
and honestly,
Isn't that like
I can't even think
inside
of a
tower?
time I've seen a
now?
Rek'Sai really lose lane. It's kind of just been like, no
Rek'Sai
matter what
what?
happens, he just weathers the storm.
Ada apa
And
dengan
it's
Rek'Sai?
impossible
Jack?
to really shut him out. He just out heals. But Dudu's crushing it here, though. Raptor went so aggressive and was really feeling himself on the Xin Zhao. Super heavy in this trade. Just kept going forward. Just when you think, okay, well, he's done now. Okay, now he's done. Unless? No,
This
he's
is the
done.
year of
Okay, he's
Dudu?
done. And then the fight continues because
Rek'Sai
Rose
first
is
time?
moving down.
Manuk
Little
Aka?
dodge here, little dip there, little side step on the bubble. It was a very extended play, and then yep, it's
Oof,
done.
itu
So very crazy.
Nah,
Here,
coba
though,
kita tonton. Kalah
he
lane,
gets
kalah
pulled
lane
in
di
and the ult
ulti,
hits.
kabur ke dalam,
And he
full
sticks
stack,
around.
Dudunya full
Yeah.
stack.
This looks like Rek'Sai
Dudu
overconfidence
has-
to me.
Ya, Dudu
Passive as
full
well.
stack. Bahkan gak dipakai
Oh,
tuh.
this is a replay of me
Stack,
dropping the. Yeah.
Tapi
You can
belum
see Ox
level
is not
6
very
sih.
happy with that.
Yeah,
Very important replay to get.
I was like, what are you
Oh,
doing?
never mind. Dia level 6 ding. Level 7
It
mah.
made such a thud as well.
Kan tadi ulti ya?
It
Lupa
made
gue.
a really loud noise. It's not
Yeah.
even that heavy. It's just, I don't know.
Just damaging
thick.
everything.
Yeah.
You broken it?
No, you can reattach it.
Okay.
It's magnetic. We're fine. We're.
A lot of animosity going on in this cast.
Yeah. Ever since I just thought maybe you were from Kentucky, that was the beginning of the end. Peter
Hey.
maybe trying to set some.
I got nothing against Kentucky, but I'm not American,
Yeah. Well, Vikla,
and I don't say soccer.
you said it earlier today, I remember. This Zoe's already getting so much value down, by the way. He is kind of missing everything, though. His Raptor going to go back in. And they just don't quite have the damage to get through Pioshik, though. And this Zahin is a big problem. He's proxying.
Hello, welcome for subscribe. Welcome for subscribe. Thank you for subscribe. Welcome.
Distracting.
Ngehang gitu
T-Sun's
otak
just
gua.
trolling Ox now. Do you know this guy? It's the KFC guy. Do you know his name, though, actually?
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, okay. Well, I thought maybe you wouldn't because, you know, he's just kind of the KFC guy, but... Oh! Engage Renata again!
But he's dead.
He's dead.
Wait, Slamet!
Maybe they get something here? Raptors like,
Let's
please,
go,
maybe
Dok
no.
Dam.
Yeah. Double kill for Peter now. And Vikla's like, hey, what's up, guys?
Wait, the rocks are going the wrong. Okay, doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's okay. We still have Mundo here, but I think at least Raptor does get that kill. And eventually, Vikla will just die. Really, the question is who gets the kill. They should give it to Closer. And it looks like they will at the very
Dadah,
end.
Talia.
Just outside the tower range there.
Jumawa, kalian Jumawa. Dapat kill sih,
That
tapi
certainly
nggak worth it lah.
was a play you can make. Not a play you should make. So they flash in. I think Kellen didn't have mana to ult. Maybe was going for the ult
Renata,
after that. Didn't have the
polos
mana.
banget ya.
Backfired massively.
Itu kan ada
Very
bulatan
awkward death
segede
from Diablo
gajah
as
itu,
well. And then here,
kelihatan.
Vikla goes in, rocks the wrong way, does kill Dokdam. So it's, you
Yeah,
know,
nggak
not
worth
as
it sih.
bad. But then Raptor's like, I will just die to 1-for-1 for the support. Just get a plate, you know, that's something. But it's just a very weird play.
Kan
very weird
udah
match to
aktif
play.
nih kok ultinya ya, udah
Well, it
nyala
wouldn't be
gitu,
BNK
udah
if they didn't
kuda-kuda
double
gitu.
and triple down
Yeah, and the
on
thing
the
is,
play.
the biggest
Nyawa
lead in the
nyawa
game right now
tipis lagi, masih
Dudu.
masuk.
He is crushing this top lane matchup.
Rek'Sai sih kayaknya udah
Like,
gak
he's
ada masa depannya sih.
absolutely just annihilating clear. It's not even close. He's 1,200 gold up.
Rek'Sai
Yeah.
apa?
Just got Trinity
eh,
Force
si
clears down a level.
Jahennya terkenal champion yang early-nya gak
Hide
strong
on
loh.
Bush did not work.
Wait, did that ward
Kalau
in the brush just
misalkan
die? It has like a little
Jahen
red.
menang
Yeah.
early,
Was
berarti
it just a ward there?
ada yang salah
Yes,
aja.
there must have been.
Something is wrong.
I like how they're continuously forcing these short trades. Diablo and Kellen. This top lane is a disaster.
top
I
lane
mean, he's going to lose his turret
scored.
at 10 minutes. He got it. First turret just went down
Wow,
at 10 and a half
first
minutes.
turret, 10 minutes.
Never
Jesus
happens
Christ.
unless we are in like lane
Balance?
swap meta.
This is like an insane top gap, and the thing is, This doesn't actually happen that often in the LCK this year.
Sepertinya ada yang salah sama Rek'Sai, guys. I don't know.
And when your top laner
I think something wrong with Rek'Sai, but I cannot prove it.
We're gonna see a level 19 Zahen against like a level.
There is something wrong with Rek'Sai, not gonna lie.
And it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be a fun time. So it is not looking good for BNK Fearx right now.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He's just taking the void. He's just taking the grubs.
Piosik is just Mundo, doing Mundo thing.
Not the year of Dudu, but maybe the decade of Dudu. He's like, okay,
iya loh,
I'm just taking over all of the LCK.
Solo grabs anjir, seenak jidat, sesuka-suka lu aja dah. Oke, ulti digunakan, mati dong, mati dong.
Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. With the Rend, unfortunately, the kill comes first, and then the bailout.
Seenak jidat anjir Jahennya solo grabs.
Not in there. The rocks are going the wrong way again. But this time,
mati lagi, my
That
boy.
was nearly. This has been a crazy game.
Yeah.
A little bit too crazy. A lot of back and forth on everywhere on the map. It's just been back and forth, trading kills. Here we go. Apart from top, top is just domination. This one was wild. Diablo's so low. They get the handshake. They go for the play. The Callista's in the Nico ult and just kind of dies. Maybe should have backed off.
Guys, Dudu MVP sih.
But you know,
narnya
gets a good amount of damage down.
Narnya, terus apalagi tadi pick dia.
Find the solo kill angle, I guess.
Dudu MVP guys
And
ini.
it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Oh, but the flash comes through.
Yeah.
Oh, and then uses the Q on the wave. That's the mistake, honestly. If you held the Q, you would have just killed Nico here, I think.
Nico somehow very fat. I don't know either.
We're losing our minds here. And that is a really good play there for Vikla in the 1v1.
I wonder what they're going to do bot lane. No, I don't. They're going to all in.
They're going to all in, yeah. They're going to trade. This top lane, this just doesn't happen. It's crazy. I keep remarking on this because, I mean, he's going to take the inner turret here soon. It's only 13 minutes into the game.
Nico udah boleh beli itu ya.
This is ridiculous.
Hextech Gunblade.
And Clear is, you know, he's down a couple levels.
Nico sudah boleh beli Hextech Gunblade sih.
Yeah, he's only just finished his quest. Also, I know I said about the jungle monster thing, but it's actually really relevant in a situation like this because since Dudu kills monsters quicker, he can just dip into the jungle and just kill jungle camps really fast. Yeah. As they buff Zahen's monster damage, so like he can just, obviously not right now because Raptor's there, but if Raptor's not careful, his camps will just get stolen away constantly.
Yeah. And maybe he could die as well, I mean, or at least be forced to smite, which is what's going to happen here.
That's old Xin Zhao against new Xin Zhao.
Yeah.
The lore battle.
And Piosik himself is just kind of power farming?
Yeah, he's 30.
Like, he's just not doing anything but farming.
Honestly, in a game like this, that's kind of okay.
And he already got a kill and an assist from the bot lane. You know,
he's playing Mundo, just farms.
Whatever that was.
I mean, he is going to be so hard to kill later. And the longer he takes to kill, the more time he buys.
Iya, itu Caitlyn-nya sepatunya jadi sih, sepatu doang.
They're already tricky for being Fearx. They'll be more tricky.
Miskin, bro. Itu Zahen sih, itu top lane punya Zahen gitu ya. Itu tanah itu sudah dijanjikan kepada Zahen 3000 tahun yang lalu anjir.
If he can just hit a couple of bubbles or a bit of damage, like I just don't see what BNK do.
That's the one thing I'm concerned about is the carries for DNS are behind, little ineffectual. If Closer doesn't connect his abilities,
Zahen bosen katanya. Bosen guys, di atas easy banget gitu ya. Ke bawah dia.
It is also a late collector, so not super inspiring.
Not fourth item collector though.
Thankfully. Dudu though, yeah, I mean he is the real carry. Let's be honest. He is going to be a problem.
Nah, ya, masih tempe, masih tempe.
Wow, that was pretty close.
Ketemu lagi.
I mean, I guess.
Halo Bang Rek'Sai.
He did just catch a break there.
Ketemu lagi kita.
Yeah, just barely. At least he's on level parity now. For now, he's almost a full XP bar down, but I just don't really see what the tank Rek'Sai will do from this far behind.
I don't know, it's weird because I feel like logically I think of Rek'Sai as like a pick where like in my mind I'm like, okay, if you're behind you're useless, like, you know, it's a snowball pick because that's what it always was really in the jungle, but
Anjay.
I feel like we had a lot of
Ini mah
games where even
preman
if the
anjir.
Rek'Sai is just farmed,
Apa Bang
eventually
Rek'Sai? Ribut.
it has value
Gelut
later.
kita.
But I do agree, this is a
Ribut
pretty,
tuh Bang
I've never
Rek'Sai.
seen it be this
Mat-
bad.
Wah, nggak
We've
bisa
never
sih.
seen it in a position like this. This does feel like the worst Rek'Sai scenario
Waduh.
we've had so far. So it is not looking good.
We're highlighting the damage dealt. I mean, generally, top laners will
Dalam
get a lot of
tower
damage
pun
dealt against
dihajar.
Rek'Sai because, I mean, we talk about this a lot, but she sustains, that's why she's tanky. So you do a lot of damage, but she heals a lot of
berani,
damage.
Bang.
But especially
Seralu
because
deh.
Dudu's so fed, he'll do even more damage than normal.
Halo,
as clear as like he's gone
Rek'Sai.
now, right?
Nah lo, ya nggak
At
kena
least
oke.
that missed.
Kalau kena mati tuh.
Okay, it's a Herald. Will BNK Fearax contest? Bear in mind, Dudu has TP and you do not have TP. So I'm going to go with a no.
Okay, they're going to hide on bush in the top lane, I guess.
Dapat Herald,
Can't
let's
kill
go.
Closer. Don't fall for a closer. Why would Calista be there alone?
Nggak dikasih farming loh, Wak. Gimana ini, Wak? My Rek'Sai.
Why would Calista be so aggressive? It's a trick.
Mereka,
It's just
iya
being
keren sih
case.
push atas sih ya.
Yeah.
Getting some plates in top lane.
They won't be able to get a tower right now.
Paket kah?
Okay, good amount of pressure.
Oh iya ada paket guys. Aku izin menghilang beberapa
Leader's
menit
just
ya.
bought, so
I think BNK Fearax doing a good job
Paket, cu.
of finding
Bentar, cu.
opportunities to do things cross map, right? Because they really aren't able to contest DNS right now, but it still feels bad when the hen
Soul.
is just farming.
Wait, this is like a crazy Chemtech Soul angle.
This
with
is actually-
Mundo and Zahen, like, what? It's insane. And Vikla, he just has to abandon ship, so...
Yeah, I know we're Chemtech haters, but this is actually insane Chemtech value.
It's almost as good as it can get. Closer, kind of an awkward spot here. Actually, a very awkward spot. He is going to just run away because he's Zoe. And Dudu's here, so I don't know if BNK can fight at all. You can see that Raptor's trying to deal damage to Mundo, but still is not able to. Just gave him a stack of Heartsteel. That's about all that does.
Tower picked up there, a little scary for DNS, but you know, they survive. It's not a big deal. We'll see if a can push can come in from BNK Fearax, but I don't really think they have time. Just gonna collect some waves as the resets come in for DNS. It's a one-level lead for Dudu right now, so not the craziest, but still very scary. And we haven't even seen Dudu actually join in fights yet. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I foresee it. I foresee it being a problem. Also, Docdam's going Collector Rapid Fire.
That doesn't deal damage.
That is not a high damage output build.
He's really taken the trough to heart. He's like, I am the trough. Let me make the trough deeper so I can zoom out of it even faster. That's not how physics works, but you know, I guess that's what he's trying to say. Because it's going to take a little while until he actually does real damage. At least he's got Dudu. And now I guess we're trying to just posture in mid. I mean, Diablo is going to pull in, and he's got the bailout. Peter in a rough spot, and there is the bailout. Picks up two, and Pyosik finally able to take him down, but Dudu is kind of untouched at this point. Can he take down the entire enemy team, literally, is really the question. Closer's going to go down. But yeah, nobody can really touch Dudu here. He's going to flash on in, gets the pullback, and Raptor's down. That's a double kill for Dudu. And this just looks straight up like solo queue. Like, this is finally the top laner joins. And he's going to be handshook back, and it'll just be only a double kill and only 3,000 gold ahead here for Dudu.
I feel like the limiting factor for Dudu is his speed. I feel like if he actually reaches a target, he just kills them, and they cannot kill him.
Yeah.
He's like, you know that thing people talk about, the snail? Have you not heard about the snail thing? Have you not seen that post online? Would you accept $100 million, but there's a snail chasing you forever?
Yes.
The immortal snail?
Yeah, I have.
Dudu is the immortal snail. Look at him. Look how he just, apart from his little dashes, he just feels quite slow moving around the fight. But
Yeah.
he is coming for you, eventually. Like, look, he's trying to reach Raptor here. He has to flash to get to him, but he's coming. He can't reach clear here.
He's so slow.
He is quite slow, but he is a problem. If he gets to you, you're dead. So watch out for the immortal snail that is Dudu.
It's the year of the immortal snail.
The immortal snail.
Alrighty. I don't know what that was. Not really sure what the idea was there.
It was a zoning wall
Vikla.
to stop the snail.
There was a time where it was like, is it the year of Dudu? Is it the year of Vikla? Actually,
It's the year of Dudu.
It's the year of Dudu.
It's a year of Dudu. It's a year of the immortal snail.
Yeah. Especially in this game.
Yeah.
Like this is. Remember they were like kind of the same level, but now Dudu's zooming ahead once again.
His gold lead is bigger than DNS's gold lead.
Yeah.
He has just a higher item over clear right now. And change.
He's gonna get Death Stance soon.
He's about to hit level 16.
And I think once he picks that up, he's actually unkillable. Like, the Taliyah does nothing.
Yeah.
The Taliyah cannot touch that Zahen at all. And this is why, like, if B&K get behind, we were talking about the draft a lot as we were coming in, alongside of some other things. And it just feels like, you know, either they're out of range or they don't have enough damage to cut through the bulk. Like, if they're hitting the Mundo for a long time with Kalista, sure. As, wow.
Also, if Dudu gets level 16, you get like the max armor pen on your ult ranks, you get 30%. And your ult base damage, like his ult will actually do such insane damage. If he's level 16 and like everyone else is the levels they are on B&K FearX, if he hits an ult on 2, 3, 4 members of B&K FearX, it's just, you win the fight. It's guaranteed game over. And you have a Nico to set that up, so... Yeah, Dudu's almost level 16, 1 minion I think. I don't know why they're in the Baron Pit right now. The Baron Pit is actually about the same size as the Zahen ult, so...
It's funny the way that works.
No, don't know.
Okay, they're just doing it.
They're doing it on vision.
Yeah, but Clear's got this sick flank.
The immortal snail is coming.
Look at him, he's in mid. Wait, why isn't he moving? Okay, there he is, he's TPing, that makes sense. We do have a knockback here on a Peter, he's just dead. And now let's see this ult. The Grim Deliverance is not going to be used, actually. It's a double kill going the way of Diablo. Pioshik's got a lot of Ren stacks on him, but he is not going to pull those out. So now they got 2 kills. They can look for this, as they have the Kalista especially.
I think this is still risky. I actually think 3v5.
It definitely is.
With Zahen, they can actually win this. Vikla's doing a decent job of zoning though, and actually they back away.
The Baron's actually dealing a decent amount of damage. They're just going to give it away.
Okay, fair enough. Well handled there by B&K FearX. They're still a bit too slow at getting there, I think is the takeaway from this one.
I'm not sure about the TP. Like, I think he should have just ran.
I think he should have TP'd earlier, perhaps.
Yeah.
We'll see a replay and how this one panned out. So the wall comes to cut them off. We see them starting off the fight. The ult comes in from the backside. Yeah, Dudu TP'd. It was quite late into the pit. And by this point, Closer was already dead, Nico was already dead, and Dudu was like, okay, the call is to leave. I'm dipping. There's like a million spears in my jungler. He wants out. So we didn't even get to see the level 16 ult. And B&K FearX got a ton of XP from that as well, so things not looking so bad. It's actually pretty even in gold. DNS nearly have soul, but it's still 4.5 minutes till that, and B&K FearX is gonna knock down some structures in the meantime.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of comeback mechanics all happening at once, it feels like. Get a couple of kills onto some of the members of DNS. You pick up a Baron, you pick up some turrets. They're catching up in gold, XP.
I'm just gonna say, like, Doctam is just not doing damage at all.
Yeah.
Like, his inventory is just anemic.
It's so sad.
So, like, what?
You compare that to a Kalista who has Renata with 3 items, including Terminus. Like, Diablo just puts his face into the enemy team and does not care.
Yeah.
And that includes Duckdown, who's like trying to put down traps and stuff, and Diablo just like hops around them. It's just pretty ineffective. So yeah, like Dudu's really fed, but it's only Dudu. Like Closer, Zoe hasn't had a lot of opportunities for setup because we had that really awkward fight near the Baron and they just kind of rolled over and died. And now it feels like the whole game is broken open, and a Zoe from behind is definitely a lot less effective.
Plus, I haven't seen closers just have that much impact. Like, I felt like the Zoe into this comp, you're going to struggle to reach it. If you're hitting the big bubbles, it's going to feel so oppressive. We've had so many games where, you know, a Zoe's just suffocate a team out. When is the last time you can remember seeing an impactful bubble this game? This isn't a trick question. I'm genuinely asking.
I don't know. It's hard to think of one. And now Closer just has to use his real flash here.
Yeah.
I mean, he had like, I don't know. Maybe he hasn't. Maybe he just hasn't.
Yeah, maybe he just hasn't.
I don't think there was an impactful bubble. Like, he threw some. They didn't really do much.
Okay, well, that's certainly a gold graph.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a gigantic lead for DNS. Like, they were only 3,000 ahead. But the fact that it has swung back this violently is definitely a problem. And the mid and AD positions, definitely very important for the game of League of Legends. And BNK has some big leads there. As long as they can deal with the Zahen or just kind of ignore him somehow. Oh, engage Mega Cone. Delta's like, wait, that's not a thing. Those are meant for disengaging. Duckdown picks up the kill as well. It's going to be a nice amount of gold for him. And now Raptor, awkward spot. He's going to go down. And Kellen's like, what happened, guys? I'm Renata. Where's my Callista? Not his fault, but he's dead too. That's 3 kills going to DNS.
I mean, Dudu just has such insane main character energy right now. He's like, okay, guys, I will do it myself. I will kill
literally
all of them. I will be the engage. We will find the angle. And he does. You know, this was using the angle for the engage cone. Gets on top of the Callista. He's so strong. The Immortal Snail, no one said he could use blast cones. Does make things a lot more threatening. And then he just kind of runs them down here.
Yeah, Kellen had no chance. You can see that Diablo felt like he was safe because his whole team was right next to him in the top side jungle.
Duckdown has an Infinity Edge, finally, a real item.
He's starting to maybe do a little bit of damage.
Yes, maybe to the squishier champions.
Yeah.
I mean, a big crit, we believe in it. Some pen would be good though.
Just needs Diablo to step on a trap.
We do now have Soul in 40 seconds. Chemtech Soul would be a problem if DNS get it. It would make Dudu functionally immortal, I think. And also it'd make Pioshik extreme. Pioshik's almost level 16. Mundo at 16?
Yeah. Just quietly, just getting really fed. Just farming. And now we got a fight in mid lane. That's going all the way of DNS as Peter finds 3 in the back line. Duckdown does go down, but he's not the main guy. Just look at Dudu. Grim Deliverance going to catch Raptor, who's like, oh, I got to get out of here. Diablo trying to deal damage, but he can't deal damage to Dudu. What is that? Nobody can deal damage to him. He's full health. And that's going to be the end of this fight. Double kill goes to Dudu. Closer's like, I exist as well. Please talk about me. And I had to there for a moment, but this is all about Dudu.
The back muscles required right now for Dudu to carry this game and take us potentially to a game 5. They're looking to end here.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of damage coming through. It's only Kellen.
20 seconds for Vikla. I think this is... I think they can send it if they want to.
I think they can do it. It's 10 seconds on Vikla. Only Kellen there. They're killing it so fast. So much AD.
Even Closer hasn't done much in this game, but he's got AP. And he can attack turrets. And again, they just... Okay, they're going to get the knockback here on a Dudu, but he has his ult back, goes in on a Vikla, and down he goes, but the game is over. He did the job, and we are going to a game number 5.
Bringing it to the brink, and honestly...
Look at him, he looks so tired!
Despite all odds, Dudu doing everything he can to keep his team's hopes alive. Because I'm going to be honest, if he'd played any worse than he did, if he'd played even slightly less than, like, a 12 out of 10, the series would be over.
Udah kelar.
He carried this
Menang gak,
so
guys?
hard. And I think the rest of the team, I'm going to be frank, the rest of the team needs to step up and match his level, because he is He is just absolutely 1v9 in
Is
this game.
Piosik
Dudu
winning the
having
game?
a banger of the series.
Every single game.
Oh, menang.
Yeah,
Satu game lagi.
He's doing some work. He's doing some
Alright,
insane work.
alright.
Being KPRX, this game
Okay.
was in their control. It slipped.
Dudu 1/9. Kacau Zahen ya.
And DNS, you need to make it a little bit lighter for Dudu, okay? He's having a insane series, but you need to give him some help. A little bit of help. A little bit of help and he'll be good.
Guess who's the one person left standing? It's me.
Yeah.
But I could also be wrong.
Let's
Maybe
go,
DNS just
Silver
win game
Scrap.
5. I think that Dudu has to do some heavy lifting. But
Kita main
I think
single gak sih
because of
merayakan
Dudu, that's
kemenangan
like the
Lord
only reason
Dudu?
we're getting here in the first place. So pretty interesting stuff. 2-2. We have Silver Scrapes. We'll be back.
Merayakan kemenangan Dudu saatnya main top lane tinggal. Anjay. Zahin udah gak ada obat itu, kacau. Dia mati ya? KD-nya berapa tadi? Anjir. Kagak kurang nyawanya, Cok. Udah gitu full stack lagi. Wah. Anjay, gacor ya, Pak. Akhirnya aku nemuin user Zahin yang lebih kuat dari Xiaosu. Sejauh ini yang kulihat Xiaosu kuat banget, tapi my goat Dudu show him the way. Maintain jauh gak sih, nak? Dikasih duel full tower dari awal game gimana gak ngelawan ya? Bener juga ya? Itu kenapa Rek'Sai dah? Aneh sih. Gak bisa Rek'Sai moment. First time Rek'Sai kah? Holy shit. Nice try though. Ini akun yang mana? 2024. Nah, ini sub account nih. Mika katanya pensi Wild Trip. Lord Kuro main TFT mulu. Lord Kuro bang, aku bang ya. Yang mana tuh? Ini nih. Susah ya ngerti ya? Terus. Belum login. Oh, belum login. Kok nggak taruh dah kodenya, tar aku add. Kita main Zahen. Mana Zahen?
To the arena.
Hah? First try. Boleh mabar kah? Aku lebih sering main solo sekarang. Jadi kalau mau add boleh. Ini Zahen kocak. Main Zahen top lane kita. Runnya aneh ya, terus. Ah, salah, gak tau runnya. Wild Rift nih game berat atau enggak bang? Berat. HP-nya harus yang kuat. Tapi grafiknya bagus sih, keren banget sih.
You already know what it is. Two of these teams battling it out, equally matched. It will go to a Game 5 here in Lol Park, as it is Game 5 coming up. DNS battle back. BNK Ferex looked like they had the opportunity to close that one out, but it was the Mundo, it was the Zahen, and it is a Game 5 here in our first playoff.
Lawan Garen ya? Oh, Thunder Sky enak nih. Garennya pakai itu kan, pakai Kongku ya. Berarti kita gak perlu bikin anti heal dulu sepertinya. Karena Garennya pakai Kongku bukan Grass.
So really the pick for him didn't have the individual impact though that his top laner had. And I want to talk about this. Quest time here for the top lane. Massive advantage goes to Dudu in this game. He's actually almost 3 minutes faster than Clear. You can see the numbers here now. 10:30.
Cara main si Joe gimana guys?
The Rek'Sai in this scenario is not
Shit.
shut down the Zahen who struggles early.
How the fuck do we play this champ? Ya bang, ampun bang. Cara bang.
Start to explode your XP, so your XP gets bigger and bigger exponentially over your opponent. Ox mentioned it, he's going to bowl over the Kalista later in the game, and that's exactly what happened. Dudu's individual lane, that lane wasn't touched by junglers. Brings us to Game 5. He did it on his own with the Zahen pick.
Yeah, I mean, we could see this even before, you know. I think it was Game 1 when he played Aurora into
Sama kayak main Zahen. Nah, kebetulan saya juga udah main Zahen nih. Gimana tuh?
Having a good time today, and I think Dudu, man, I think this guy brings something sometimes, and like this today is the day.
Telepon Bang Onar suruh tutorin. Bang Onar, gimana cara main Sinjau?
And now the rest of the team able to carry on up here as they win that one. Let's see how it happened, because it was a crazy start to this game. I think it was 6-6 in the first like 10 minutes, and then finally it took a while, but we
Chill lah ya kita ya. Garen paling bikin hardstyle kan.
They are Diablo and they are Dudu.
Ntar kita sodok-sodok dia, chill. Sudah drop pick belum?
zones every time they try to go for collapses when the engage comes through the Zahin.
Berdoa saja supaya gak nge-pick. Oke.
Unfortunately for Diablo,
Ya, cuma ngadu sama makhluk ini kayak gak kelar-kelar anjir.
So we don't see the indicators right there, but DNS they had the 3 drakes and BNK didn't. So even though
Dia tuh bisa ngedes ke minion nggak sih?
really hard, they couldn't really.
Kalau bisa kita pancing dulu Garennya ke sini. Nah, kena pukul dia muter, kita dash ke minion. Yep, ulti. Cut. Terus nge-feed, yay! Shit, kacau bro. Gak bisa ternyata.
Like mid game because like I mean like the top lane Dudu like he was getting top plates and the both plates into that mid plate, so he had so much gold in the game. Like I think BNK couldn't really find the window to bounce back.
Ya ini mah dimarahin anjir. Ntar ya Master ya. Tenang. Belum. Semuanya belum berakhir. Belum berakhir, Mas Tri. We are not done. Kita bentar lagi ada ulti sih, berani aja lah.
Target the Zahin, but also like you cannot ignore him. And Peter again just buys some so that the Zahin can actually carry the gap.
Gak bisa anjir. Garen tuh broken gak sih? Udah deh, nggak fight lagi deh, farming aja deh.
He's weakest at his early game, and Clear's individual performances today have not lived up to expectations. He is not performing as well as Dudu. Dudu is crushing. Maybe even DNS should try to draft in Game 5 to play through top lane, because this is looking like a very strong win condition for them.
Ini mah bukan Jahen, ini mah.
Because they played the Rek'Sai, Dudu got it for free. I know we all know Clear has it in him, but he is looking like the weak link.
Hahehe mah hahe. Hahehe. Ya Bang Garen, ampun Bang Garen, aku farming aja. Maaf ya. Gloomy, welcome to the stream.
So that means they kind of have to put him on the tank again, and I think Dudu can just
4.000 duitnya anjir.
Yeah, like now you get blue side and you get counter pick for Dudu, and so many of those prio picks are gone anyway. So I'm not sure what blue side really means here in Game 5. You and I talked
Ya
about
chill aja kita mah farming.
First pick. We really expected most teams to go to second pick in best of 5 with those teams.
Yeah, remember, if you're being quick direct, you had the buy, you had the time to prepare, and you have aspirations.
Ultinya itu loh, sakit banget anjir.
You might stumble at the first hurdle, and even if you win, you're showing your cards in a best of 5, and how many champions are in the pool for you. For the DN Automotive Supers, you just go back to last year and how tough it was for the players on that roster, Dudu and Pyoshik, and now they have the opportunity.
Bisa gitu guys, Garen anjir.
And have yet again another upset.
What the fuck?
Game 5 of the playoffs on the call in Valdez and Ox.
Thank you very much, guys, as we're getting ready to jump into game number 5. And, you know, it's funny, Wolf was talking about maybe they should actually try to win through top lane. It's like such a foreign concept.
Gimana nih coach?
But honestly, with the bit of a gap we do have in the top lane, like
Tidak ada jalan lain. Kita harus mengambil jalan pintas di sini.
feels like Dudu is like blasting off into space with the amount that he is doing in this series.
But honestly,
Top lane is kind of fucked.
feels like top is just naturally winning.
Saatnya kembali ke fitrahnya.
You don't even need to. From
Yuk, balik ke fitrah yuk.
the resources there, as long as it's a matchup that Dudu is comfortable with, which seems like any matchup at this point, then he's just gonna naturally win, and you can just ensure the other lanes don't fall apart, and you're good to go.
K, dapat gold.
At this point,
Man.
a lot of picks have been removed. I think if I'm from the perspective of BNK Firax, it's about securing a top matchup.
Gak apa-apa guys. Dapat kill. Worth. Garennya sudah 4 kill, tapi ya bisa lah ya. Udah mulai grafik. Let's go, last game. BNK Fierce X versus DN Supers.
Was able to get things going a good amount as well. I think bot lane 2v2 also pretty important. So I think bot lane is a point of contention for both sides. But yeah, safety for top I think important for BNK Fear X. Sion is available, but Sion has actually been struggling in the LCK Cup, not been winning as many games you'd be thinking. But there's a lot of picks off the cards now, so maybe they'd feel safe to go for that. The Cannon's available, which is something that Clay's had a lot of success in his career on. I just don't know how confident he's feeling on it right now, considering how this matchup's been going.
We have a lot of stuff banned, as you can tell by the middle of your screen.
A ton of stuff. Closer's not going to get to play Yone.
Yone ban. Ziggs di ban. Itu championnya si Dokdam ya, Ziggs.
880 carries out the pool and 2 more I see. The pool is already getting thinned a good amount.
Yeah.
To be honest, I started to think about things like Kai'Sa.
Aphelios.
Yeah. I think with how chaotic these games have been, I think Kai'Sa just has a lot of value.
Sound better, yeah.
And also fits with how BNK Fear X want to play. The Aatrox ban is interesting. I was genuinely thinking we could see like a Sion pickup for BNK Fear X and Dudu would just slam Aatrox. The Aatrox ban makes me think they do just want Sion for clear.
I was wondering if they were going to leave Rumble up, which would have been crazy, but maybe they would have had some kind of counter.
They're just going to first pick Sion. Ban Aatrox, pick Sion. They're like, we are that
desperate.
Yeah, well, did they have tank top laner?
Oh, do it. do it.
I mean, they're under no pressure to pick something for Dudu right now. You can scope out the rest of the composition and you can go in a different direction. Pick jungle, pick support. They're going to go for the Rel. So they're set on getting good engage with Peter. And he had a pretty fantastic performance on the Rel previously. MF I'm less convinced by. I know the pool is getting short with 80 carries, and MF Rel is a strong team fighting combo.
Dokdam main is Fortune. Clear main Sion.
But again, we didn't talk about emphasis in the bot lane 2v2.
Rek'Sainya gak ada, Gwen gak ada, berarti biasanya match-up-nya kayak itu kali ya, apa nih? Itu tuh yang hijau tuh, yang bisa manggil mayat, apa sih namanya? Biasanya sih ya match-up-nya.
Has a little bit of flexibility. Probably top lane, I would assume, but just a little bit of flexibility to keep you guessing. Definitely something that Dudu can take over on, though. Did see it building the Dusk of Dawn with the AP build has been played, and we see the Neferi ban come in. It did get buffs on this patch to the jungle monster damage. So honestly, with the amount of bans coming through in the jungle, I think it could have made sense.
Yeah, we're definitely going to cut down on the jungle quite a lot here. Both teams essentially not picking it just yet. Still could be flexed by DNS. And they really have to go down the line. I do wonder if Pyosic's Hecarim will be a consideration.
I wonder if, like, when you look at the composition DN Supers have right now, I was going to say Malphite could be a consideration, just based on the fact that you have, like, the MF and the Rel into an Aphelios, specifically an Aphelios with a tank top. Like, if you get caught in that combo, it might just be lights out, but it will get banned away by the DN Supers. BNK Fear X trying to decide here. I think in terms of mid, there's still, well, they're going to take the Jace anyway, but there's still like Syndra open. There's still
Victor,
Galio.
Yeah.
These are the sort of mids we've started to see at this sort of stage.
Oriana ya? Iya Oriana open. Azir di ban ya? Closer main Oriana, kayaknya enggak sih.
Jack's alive, then you could just pick mid here, or if there's a mid you really want to prioritize.
Kayaknya kayak Silas gitu gak sih? Oh no, what is that? Ew, brother. Ew. What's that, brother?
And I think he did win that game. When you're playing into an Aphelios, specifically an AD carry, who you can jump on and just force him to attack you, can be disruptive. But you know, a Thresh obviously makes it a little bit difficult to reach him. Interesting to see this one come out. It's not a Rammus support, thankfully. Grateful for that. The Galio does end up coming through, and honestly, that's actually a little concerning to me because you are all in on the Aphelios basket, and you're playing into like Jax, Rammus, Rel. These are not things that give you a lot of freedom.
What is he gonna play? Like Lilia? You don't want to play Kindred. Zac?
Oh no,
that doesn't do damage.
What the fuck is this game?
I mean, I know Galio can build more AP.
Kok hijau semua sih?
At an AD carry, and you into Rammus, Jax.
Hello?
You know, when Jax counter strikes,
Green?
you're just not dealing damage.
Green
like,
what?
That portion of the fight. Rammus as well ends up having crazy value into this.
Green what
And now in
though?
the mid lane, I love the small. This is such a good pick.
It's perfect.
This is such a good pick.
It's beautiful.
Smolder into all these tanks. It just means that if we go late, unless DN Supers monumentally flub.
You see Odin put his hand on the other coach's shoulder. He's like, "Good job, buddy.
Yeah, unless
we won this one."
Unless the DN Supers monumentally flub, Smolder just becomes so hard to mess up in this game. And the thing is, they actually changed Smolder, so they nerfed the crit scaling quite a bit. IE is no longer that good on him. You don't need to build
Smolder mid lawan Galio. Itu tanknya 4 gak tuh sebelah? Hello?
One of the popular builds you can go on him.
I just saw 4 tank.
You can go Bruise a Smolder on this game. Sion and Zac can be sitting on top of your face, and they just cannot kill you.
Yeah.
And you can just spam Qs.
And you will destroy them. Because they're Smolder.
You will melt them.
Yeah.
Like, that is a viable thing to do, and there is literally nothing they can do. They can bounce you around, and you can just press Q and melt them. It gives you so much margin for error. So I think DN Supers, they got a lot of tools that are going to make this easy. I think for the side of BNK Fearex, they need Dabble to be strong, and they need early momentum, or it's going to be a tough one.
They need a lot of things to go right for them with this one. And we'll see if Vikla can deal damage alongside, as everybody is praying and hoping, as we have a slight delay before we get into game number 5. I am
ready. Also, this is, I'm gonna be honest, this is the Game 5 Fearless we always dreamt about.
Yeah.
You know, we always talked about the potential for Game 5 Fearless, and I feel like we didn't always get it lived up to. Sometimes we get Game 5 Fearless where it's just like, oh, well, these are kind of normal picks.
Yeah.
Rammus in the jungle, Smolder mid, I mean, we've seen Smolder mid lane before, but the Smolder into 4 tanks, this is why Fearless is a thing.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun, and also, I feel like as you get deeper and deeper into drafts, the ability for teams to outdraft
Protect the president strategy from BNK, perhaps?
Like the Smolder.
Jesus Christ.
Last pick here is really cool.
Too many tank.
Do have a bit of an
Bentar, itu tadi bukannya coachnya Hanwha Live ya?
Yeah, I mean the music's
Tadi yang di kamera. Iya gak sih?
I think DN Super's feeling pretty good.
Coachnya Hanwha Live bukan sih tadi? Home.
Since, well, I guess he did now, but
my question is, what do you build in the app? I assume you're not going to go like the lethality build into all these tanks. Probably just a more traditional crit build. Not the best tank shredder, but still not the end of the world. I think that's why it's so good they have the Smolder as like the backup.
Yeah.
To help cut through.
They have a Smolder and they have Jax. And it's Dudu playing Jax.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, maybe in the solo lane against Sion it's going to be difficult to cut through, but eventually will get very scary to deal with for Diablo specifically.
I think the main thing is just like if BNK Fearx gonna lead in the mid game specifically, they're gonna struggle to cut through the bulk, and that's when the tanks still have high base damages, and you don't really have pen. Small doesn't have the stacks for the burn. That's the point where I think you can't just comp diff them.
Yeah.
So that's the delicate point of the game. But I think as the game goes on, unless you really mess things up, I think you should just be able to protect your Smolder and have him
Kenapa nih di pause game?
spit on them.
Sneeze on them.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Ball mom over.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a doo-doo missile?
Yes?
That's a doo-doo missile!
It's been working.
I think maybe it was... I don't know. Alright, it looks like... Yeah. Well, just keep going is what this sign says, essentially.
One more game. I mean, it would be huge if they managed to get it, if they get the upset.
Yeah. Nobody would have predicted this. Everybody expected B&K to take the win. And now DNS set themselves up for just an excellent Game 5. Like, it's going to be hard for me to see it, but crazier things have happened. Let's hop on the riff right now. Alrighty, silver scrapes here in our first best of 5 of playoffs. DNS versus BNK. And if BNK end up losing this, I'm sure there's going to be a couple of moments where they really are going to be kicking themselves.
Gila, itu skin Gundam.
Oh, close it. Honestly, it was about even.
Kok nggak di
Oh, for yeah, I was going to say for Vickless.
di itu ya? Nggak diomelin sama Sunrise ya?
I like the trade.
Pakai skin Gundam.
Yeah, I mean, he gets
Press your
stacks.
ability on.
Anytime he gets stacks, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Got stacks?
Yep.
We will be heavily stack tracking this game. First dragon is Ocean.
So apparently Chad is saying that you really need to focus up Ox and make sure we don't have another Chemtech Soul.
I'll do my best.
I mean,
my best.
Chemtech Soul for B&K would be very strong.
Yeah.
Very, very strong. I'm not sure if it helps against the Smolder in the very late game, so there's also... Okay, this is... Yeah. I mean, this is kind of what you would expect to happen.
I think that one of the things about Smolder is people think scaling champion equals weak early. Especially into melee's mid,
Oh, kena.
you actually have a lot of trading power and a lot of harass. Kind of annoying.
Iya,
to deal
Zok
with.
jungle.
Lane not going so hot.
Tapi Piosik juga main Ramu sih.
I think Peter could have
Ini
timed
mungkin
it better
saking
'cause
nggak
he
ada
actually
lagi nih ya
got
pikir.
actual dismounting, and then he would have been the one to soak it. But
Kayak pikir nggak ada lagi deh, bingung deh.
we're seeing a gank angle. They should go for
Ya
Calvin.
not bad sih kalau di jungle mah asal jangan support aja Ramu sih.
Just trying to kite this one out. He does
Mati,
not
let's
even
go.
flash. He's dead. First blood given over to Peter. Of all of them, Kellen is going to be able to taxi out and just flash away just to make sure he gets out. But that is flash, heal, cleanse, all gone. And they knew Raptor was top.
I said they should go for Kellen because I thought Diablo has cleanse, he's further away, but Peter finds a great engage and they actually managed to get him. So a pretty good job there, able to find the angle. A bit in the cleanse early, and the summons from Kellen put spot lane in a good spot when that was the lane that was kind of suffering the most.
Gagah juga ya Galio yang Gundam itu.
It's even worse than like
Keren,
Ori
Cok.
versus Akali or any of those matchups. We also
Ganteng.
had Doran's ring taken here by Vikla, so
Gila itu. Ah ini mah aku tahu ini strategi Riot nih. Rilis skin Galio Gundam, abis itu dia mau jualan patung Gundam abis ini nih. Dua deh duitnya. Ketahuan lu ya taktik bulusmu Riot. Semoga kau dilaporkan oleh Gundam.
It does give Kellen an out. I think maybe would have to be in flash otherwise.
Kenapa ada Ramuzak sih? Picknya abis kayaknya.
So maybe he just would have died. To be honest.
Abis championnya bro.
Take away from the situation. But a good hook to get him out.
Raptors in on this junk. Well, I guess he did steal the blue. But he's just been farming. He didn't gank bot at level 3. Yeah. Zac, so makes sense. Just trying to farm out as much as possible. Pyosik will be a little bit behind because he did go for the bottom lane gank. And the last time we saw it was Pyosik against Cuz on KT.
I mentioned that.
As you mentioned.
Yeah.
Terakhir kali Pyosik main Ramus tahun 2024.
Good times.
Ya wajar sih, siapa juga yang pakai Ramus?
And those Kwangdong freaks Cuz.
Kecuali Beryl.
Pyosik's on the DN Supers. The team that
was on KT. Wow. The switcheroo.
The last time we saw Jungle Jax was Kwangdong freaks Cuz.
Jungle Jax. Oh, Jax. Yeah.
Well, that was a loss against Lucid.
Tapi dia 100% win rate pakai Ramus. Semoga tetap 100% ya. Flash kena mati gak sih bro? Oke. Wah GG Bang Pyosik. Bang itu belakang. Wah keren banget ya skin Galio sumpah cowok. Kena! Holy shit! Oke. Tidak! Bang, selamatkan Peter! Oh. Oke. Tapi setidaknya yang double killnya Tracy. Worth. Terima kasih Kelin. My goat.
Laser focused with those death sentences. This is a good play at the top lane.
Lagi unboxing.
Well, there's not much you can do here. I will say.
Dilihat-lihat sih. Menang sih Dian Super ini. Picknya berani ini. Ini tombol keyboard doang 50.000 kocak. Mending beli mie ayam buat 2 minggu. Tapi setidaknya playernya pada ketawa-tawa ya, seru lah. Dokda mati, let's go. Seperti biasa. Seperti botlane tidak ada harapan. I trust you, Dudu. Please carry this game.
The carry is Diablo, by the way, not Kellen. I want to emphasize that.
Custom keycap kah? Iya. Aku kan udah mulai aktif LoL PC sekarang ya. Butuh ini aja, butuh keycaps yang biar bisa diinget tuh, biar jari aku kalau nyari flash itu gampang gitu. Susah banget pencet flash, sumpah dah. Jauh banget. Kalau pakai custom keycaps kan enak. Flash yang misalkan keycapsnya bulat gitu kan. Smite yang kotak gitu kan.
Yeah. Closer has no flash, but I think as a smolder you shouldn't really get threatened here. Yeah, it's really hard to punish. Just the extra movement speed from the flap.
Itu sinergi Apelia sama Trace itu apa ya? Biar ultinya biar ngumpul. Dia kan bisa bikin kandang tuh. Ultinya biar kena semua. Kali ya, kita tahu sih. Dari dulu kombonya begitu aja. Masuk, nah tuh biasanya buka ulti ulti gitu Apeliosnya. Tapi masa kalah sih bang? Kalau kombonya gitu, rel lebih bagus gak sih? Iya, kenapa nggak pakai rel ya? Lanternnya mungkin biar bisa bolak-balik gitu ya.
the general laning, right? He has that
Si Apeliosnya.
lead, but he hasn't run away.
Range-nya lumayan pendek soalnya.
So this is looking good so far for BNK Fear.
Range dia kan pendek tuh.
They are on a bit of a timer.
Yang peluru apanya ya? Yang ungu kalau salah ya.
Getting the ball rolling early, they're getting even their Zac online.
Pistol ungu.
Raptor has 4 assists. He's level 7. He's doing pretty well for himself to get tanky in that mid game before the Smolder's online. And we know that Duckdom's not going to be doing much of anything at all. I mean, eventually he'll get his BT, and hopefully Peter can make some kind of play happen. But again, he's going to be mostly shooting tanks unless he somehow finds Diablo.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the Galio that makes this play so hard to deal with. I think they should have been clued up when he moved from mid. I mean, fortunately, Pyoshi can just leave, but...
Ya kalau ada lantern enak, dia bisa langsung nyamper. Ting! Lanternnya bukan buat kabur, buat engage gitu. Range dia pendek kan. Oke, udah sih Ujul. Shutdown, let's go. Kenapa Peter yang dapat dah? Ini kenapa deh support pada lasit mulu? Ya loncat deh, ayah.
Close the gap onto the Zac, but that's difficult to do.
Yeah, I mean it's nice they counteract the play and they get the kill. That's fine, but the TP was weird. It was very late. You didn't really assist it. You're Smolder. You know what your job is? Farm stacks. Once you have stacks, then you can do things.
Yeah. They really need him to be online as soon as possible.
Yeah, and the more stacks you get, the easier you can just one-shot waves.
And this is pretty doable. Dudu sih masih carry ya. Gila Bang Dudu.
Farming stacks. That's your job. We're gonna see a replay of how this started. Tucked down with the movement speed, able to get away from, I think mainly getting away from Kellen, so Kellen can't really set up on him. And then the engage comes in and no sum.
Itu pasti mati loh. Bawa ignite anjir, my support.
It's so strange. Like
tak patut.
Kind of after Diablo was 100% dead as well. Maybe he thought Vikla was going to ult in. Not sure. Duckdom might just be dead. Okay, he has his flash. That's a nice little collection of that. So pretty interesting. As we do have once again Closer back to doing his job, which is attack Vikla with abilities, get stacks, clear waves. But Raptor very active here on the Zac. Looking to once again go mid here, but again it's Smolder. Looks like he
sudah di bot lane lagi BTW.
I thought maybe it was going to be Proto Belt, but he doesn't have the other part of it. But yeah, he's got kind of a whole...
Tapi enak gak sih Smolder?
Mix up.
Smorgasbord.
Yeah, and Vikla going
dia kan crit kan build-nya.
I feel like you need damage.
Yeah, I thought 100% he's going AP. I don't think they needed a third.
Ini sih top gap parah ya, 5 game ya. 5 game top gap sih, yang pasti mah.
That logic doesn't check out for me. It's like we'll just get more tanks against them, and the thing is as well. There's a decent amount of mixed damage between.
ADC-nya terkadang trolling tapi top gap sih. 5 game ini ya.
So stacking armor is good, right? I say as we have a Hollow Radiance from Clear.
What does he mean by this?
But stacking armor, like the boots from Vikla, they're great. Like you definitely should have bought those. That's completely fine. But the Sunfire Cape, I'm not as convinced. We do though get the Essence Reaver from Closer, and that Ruby Crystal indicates he's going for a Bruiser build, which I think is the right call. If you go Bruiser on Small this game, they're just never gonna have the damage to kill.
Tapi Sion gak ngaruh juga sih kalau top gap. Jadi front lane juga pas war. Iya sih. Tapi kalau Jax-nya makan ya, dia loncat-loncat menciduk backline kalian.
You're gonna be completely fine. It's gonna be so like Zac can jump on you and you can survive a full combo and then just Q him back and he'll melt.
Yeah.
If you go like a squishy build, yes, you'll do a lot of damage, but you're Smolder, you already do true damage burn. You don't need more damage. You just need to live.
That's what is going to be trying to do. I can
And
imagine a
also
world where maybe there's enough CC chained into him if he's at a position where he dies.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, that can end the fight.
If he's at a position, he will die.
Ntar aku cari lagi deh infonya kenapa Apelios mainnya sama Thresh mulu.
But the thing is also his Q, the burn damage scales with AD. So even with the bruiser build, you can have a ton of AD.
Tapi kayak yang menurutku sih karena itu sih, karena range Apelios kan pendek ya. Kalau ada Thresh enak gitu, bisa buat engage.
And just trying to set themselves up for more stacks. Maybe a smite steal, not gonna happen. Some stacks are coming out though. Clear, trying to tank up in the front. Here comes Big Very nice backline access is ducked on. Does not get to play the game. And the Smolder's not online yet. And he's gonna fill the flash as well. And Diablo's able to get on in there.
We better not. Oh.
Just like that, Dudu also not really in a position
Oke, setidaknya Jack tidak mati.
so they're gonna have to back off the play, and BNK in a good spot still.
Pretty poorly played by DNS overall. I think the setup wasn't particularly good, and they end up kind of getting bullied out of that one. Second Dragon goes over to BNK for X, and it's an Infernal Soul, so the stats...
Really trying to force this very nice dodge on the counter.
Lanternnya harusnya dipakai buat engage sih, bukan buat kabur. Jadi kalau misalkan musuh di sini, berarti jemput gitu. Misalkan Apelios dari sini nih, biar dia cepat keburu sini, kasih lantern biar dia buru datang gitu loh. Kalau buat kabur ya pasti dikasih ward lanternnya. Itu jungle DNS gak ada yang bagusan dikit apa tuh hero? Not gonna lie, sebelum Piosik mainnya bagus sih di sini. Cuma bot lane-nya euy.
DNS just kind of disengaged, so nothing really comes from it. They don't get the smite. But as I was saying about the Infernal Soul, so
si Piosiknya mah bagus lah main rambusnya.
Is really useful for a low damage composition. Like if Zac is jumping in,
04 euy, Dev Dam euy. Kumanya.
Very valuable for a team who frankly needs as much damage as they can get.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help, especially on lower health targets. The Smolder's not going to be super low health, but you can maybe burst down in MF or something like that. Taunt does come down here on a Kellen, but no follow-up.
I mean, if you dive in and you get a couple of Infernal Soul procs, and that's the difference between them living and dying.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Oh,
that's the flap. Yeah. Well, if you do this, you're not going to live. As coming over and maybe
Oke. Ya mati juga kocak ah.
takes him out, but had to use everything. So we'll have to wait and see if they can actually kill him under the turret. Okay.
Woi, GG Peter.
Absolutely not. Gets the shutdown.
Yeah. Close it just using the
Sodok bang.
unnecessarily. You know, that is your defensive tool. Used it for a bit of poke onto Clear to get
Bentar.
stacks.
Killnya diambil juga.
Don't
Si anjing bikin hardstyle aja lu.
So unneeded,
Peter, udah lu bikin hardstyle aja kali.
But yeah, I mean that's literally what he's doing. He's
He almost
stack
still
farming.
lives, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So if he had that,
Si anjing killnya paling banyak.
yeah. So a little unfortunate, but some good response from the team.
I think this is his reaction to,
Jangan cengar-cengir lu ya.
He has 3 now, 3 of the 4 for the team. So obviously not feeling fantastic about him having all those.
yeah.
Closer is not too far away from the stack threshold.
Iya, kataku juga sih begitu sih, enak sih. Kalau apa, Thresh ini kan sisinya banyak, jadi Apelios kiting-kiting gitu enak sih. Sama aja kayak Lucianami gitu kan? Kan bisa pakai Lux juga sebenarnya. Lux gak ada healnya sih. Milio bisa. Kenapa pilihnya Lucian Nami gitu kan?
Slowly or just a little bit more smart. Maybe they would have been able to just keep stacking, not die as much, and maybe it wouldn't feel as threatening.
Yeah, the problem is now we have Dragon in 50 seconds. You're 4,000 gold down. This is prime time for BNK FearX. That I think you're going to struggle to contest. But it doesn't feel good to give over the Dragon either, so...
Yeah. Diablo's gonna love them, so there's at least the one guy who gains a lot from the scaling.
Gold gap-nya udah 4K ini bang.
And the Drakes. Got him.
Nggak dapat merah.
Yeah. Two items as well on Diablo compared to just the one in pieces for Docdam. Also closer kind of sitting on not much.
I guess they're gonna try to dive the Scion once again. That's the block.
Harusnya dapat tower ya.
And they say, well, we zoned him away. That's good enough.
I think this is the right call to lean away. Question is, can they defend the towers here at the same time?
Duckdom still pretending like he's real in this game. Gonna take a little while for that to happen.
Oh,
Trying to avoid the flay.
Ramus planking.
Just rolling around.
Yeah, so hard to get through the thresh.
Nggak gini dong, kalahnya gak main Ramus dong. Nggak. Late game, tunggu late game. Dudu masih carry, Smolder masih scaling. Itu Galio build-nya agak ngeselin juga ya. Galio ngajak gelut juga build-nya. Si anjir mau nyiksa Ramus ini mah. Itu Jack sama Galio build-nya pengen nyiksa Ramus kayaknya.
Talked about a decent amount, but you know, it's not like B&K are ever going to be forcing down the Baron. I mean, they do have an Aphelios. Maybe if DNS are very out of position, they could try for it, but it's going to take a while, and that's just going to give extra scaling to DNS.
I mean, it'll be slow, but it's also very
ini meme-nya itu meme yang Patrick Squidward kebanjiran tuh guys. Dokdam ngapain aja sih?
I'm not saying they can sit on there forever, but there are some comps where like 10 seconds of Baron feels very long.
Yeah.
This is not one of them. Smolder does have the stack threshold.
Okay, we're trying to make a fight happen here, it looks like. Diablo is frontlining, has a thresh, but guess who is behind him? It is a Jax right on top of him. Down he goes!
Ultinya geli anjir, Miss Fortune is no damage. No damage. Oke, kena. Aduh, trash. Loncat, Bang. Kasih tahu, Bang. Kamu pemilik lane ini. Jitak. Let's go, Stun. Kenapa? Weh. Weh, no. No. Oke. Smolder double kill, triple. Mamam tuh, Mamam. Lah, Trash masih hidup anjir.
Left until the very end, picking up all the kills and shutdowns.
Such a messy fight in the end, but it's a big influx of gold for DNS. I think they're happy with how it turned out. Would have wanted a bit cleaner, but they start off with this engage on a Diablo. He's getting flanked by the Jax, so it's such an uncomfortable position here. Closer has to immediately flash back, and then the chase begins. That tower being gone, the tier 1 for B&K FearX not being available, means that DNS like, we can just keep going, right? They flash over. B&K FearX are like, we're out, but Dudu's like, no, we're taking more. And you see Closer's like determined, I need to get the damage in.
Dokdam kenapa di situ anjir? Cok, my ADC is trolling anjir. Kenapa dia di sini anjir?
Dokdam kind of gets exploded. Kellen with these death sentences, by the way, has been crazy.
Bro, Dokdam ngapain aja sih?
In good places. Dudu is very strong.
Iya.
Closer has his second item completed. Dokdam second item as well. Yes, the gold lead is kind of similar, a little bit less, but both teams got very excited.
Dia kenapa mojok di bawah sendiri, kocak.
Acceleration for
Dokdam ngapain aja sih?
But he's doing his part, you know. Peter gets an engage, he can try to throw an ult in there. But honestly, the MF from this far behind not going to be able to do too much. He can spread the grievous wounds pretty nicely.
That's true.
But yeah, I like the Zonias as well. Picked up here eventually for Dudu because
I at least agree with Dokdam's build.
yeah,
You know,
I think it's a good idea.
although to be fair, I think you get a lot of value out of giants.
Itu sepatu terbang biar apa ya?
There's a lot of giants on the enemy team.
Emang Misportun sepatu terbang ya guys ya? Build ya.
I think it would have a little bit, but
Yeah.
Ada sayapnya tuh.
it is what it is, as they say. A wise
That's
man
something
once
they
said that
say.
once.
That is something they say. 1 minute till the Infernal Soul.
They're fighting this time.
Yeah, I think they will be fighting this one. A lot of summoners been in the last fight. No flash for
Naruhodon.
anyone on BNK Fearex or DNS. Yoshik will have his ghost soon at least, so that's something. But making that way into this area
Kan
seems a
punya
little bit
cleanse
difficult.
ya. Tunggu cleanse gitu ya kan? Kalau cleanse nggak ada, mundur. Kalau ada cleanse, bolehlah main agresif gitu guys sih,
Clearing the waves,
brother.
all Radiance, and that's his job.
Kayaknya
And then eventually join the fight. Be a front line.
masa sih emang Misportun bikin tenacity ya?
I mean, if they get a CC chain onto closer, it'd be very nice.
Honestly, Closer
Biar
is
posisi
so much
lebih
better.
optimal.
Closer dying, like,
Tapi dia tadi
if he's just
nggak
in the
ikut
fight,
war tadi
running
dia.
views on people,
Di ujung dunia
I
tadi
feel
dia.
like DNS can just
Ketinggalan.
move target and just win the fight. The second he dies, I feel like their comp loses so much steam.
But if he dies and Diablo dies,
Ya tenacity mah yang hijau gak sih? Yang magic resist. Ini mah movement speed itu mah. Yang 40% ya?
this BK
40% movement speed.
try to start this one up. Dudu does have the flank angle. Front line here is already being burnt. I mean, you got to be careful about standing in front of the Smolder, as he will take you down eventually. Already clear and Vikla taking a bit of damage. Dudu trying to take a new angle from the top side, it looks like.
Oke, Lord Dudu try to carry the game.
Engage.
Ini mah Piosik mati pun harus dapat sih. Alah, Solma. Aduh. Fire Soul. Aduh, aduh. Oke. Dudu. Bang Dudu, kamu penyelamat dunia, Bang Dudu. Holy shit. Wah, Dudu 1 versus 9 anjing. Wah, Bang Dudu. Bang Dudu penyelamat dunia, cok.
Comes through. Peter finds a monster ult in this team fight. Kellen uses all of his tools and he actually gets taunted. And Peter, look how low Peter's health is, but he finds this angle in him and Dokdam.
Des.
Get this beautiful combo.
Anjay. Rata kalian ya.
He ends up in the mixer, but it just doesn't matter. They don't have the damage to finish him
Triple
off.
kill
It's
lagi tuh
so
Smolder.
close.
Mantap.
And yes, Raptor just respawn and
Nah,
take
bisa
him
lah.
out. But his
Bisa
job
lah,
is
bisa lah.
done. He was Smolder, he burned people.
Genji
That's all
mah,
he had
Genji
to
mah
do.
lewat ya sih?
And yes, Infernal Soul went
Apa?
over
Abis
to
ini lawan
Fearex.
Genji?
I don't know if it's
Gampang,
enough
gampang.
in this game. 300 stacks for Closer.
Genji abis ini lawannya. Easy lah,
He's
dek.
getting scary.
He's getting scary, and so is Dokdam. He's looking at an Infinity Edge next. He's dealing damage if Peter can lock 3 people up for a very long amount of time.
Honestly, if Closer goes LDR next, he will just shred. Like, I mean, he's already shredding, but he will just do absurd damage.
Yeah. The Smolder last pick is just totally warping the game. Like, if it was anything else, I feel like...
Enggak.
maybe we get
Genji
somewhat
nanti
of an interesting game,
milih.
even with
Jadi
Vikings.
abis ini Genji milih lawannya apa. Mereka soalnya seed 1 kan. Seed 1 mereka milih mau lawan siapa. Prediksiku sih mereka pasti milihnya lawan DNS sih kalau DNS menang.
Belt eventually.
Pasti, udah pasti sih itu mah.
The Zac.
I mean, the extra Infernal Soul damage does help when you are diving onto critical members, but now summoners
Aku
are coming
rasa
back up.
Genji sih pasti ngepick DNS sih. Kalau misalkan DNS menang.
Summoners are coming back up. Like, Closer has flash, Dokdam has flash, and it is so much
DK
more
kayaknya
important
enggak
that
deh.
DNS
Pasti
have
mereka
their
ngedodge
summoners.
DK
Like, it
sih.
doesn't matter
Pasti
as much
dikasih
for
ke T1 sih DK.
Fearex. Like, Diablo having flash is nice
Itu pun
and
kalau
good,
DK menang
but
ya.
he uses Helen as a safety net.
Kalau
Helen
besok
has
DK
the chaos.
ngebadut sih kagak tahu gua.
Trying to get on top of Diablo. He's gonna land.
Ya ultinya miss.
Does get safety. The MF ult not doing nearly as
Ya
much.
udah kalah nggak bisa itu komonya udah itu komonya itu dia komonya gagal. Bang Piosik sih gak gitu Bang Piosik ya.
And they try and overforce that. They try and rush it onto the Aphelios. They don't find it. And now they have to try and
Nggak
contest
gitu
this
sih
battle
Bang
without
Piosik
their
sih.
jungler. Nicholas on the angle.
Yeah, not gonna
Terlalu tergesa-gesa. Duduk. Selamatkan dunia, duduk. Save the world, duduk. Duduk, save me, duduk. Shit.
Feeling pretty good about that. Just when we thought maybe DNS had hit critical mass, a big mistake comes through, and DNS had hit critical mass. BNK Ferex answer back. We see Pyoshik going so aggressive here, but it's into a thresh.
Well, yeah,
He just cleanses him out of taunt.
I guess that's happened here.
Devil forces closer out, and then Uramis is so overextended. This was such a force for no reason. You can play slow. You can play front to back. I know they have 4 tanks. You have a smolder. And then again, they're trying to rush onto the backline onto Diablo. Like,
belum end sih harusnya sih. Abis ini Pyoshik bakal dapat Elder terus nanti Dokdam Pentakill sih. Kayaknya sih, kayaknya. Abis ini Pyoshik dapat Elder terus nanti closer Pentakill kan. Udah tahu aku skripnya.
And the same note, Diablo, he's pretty fed at this point in time, and eventually the counter-strike goes down. Eventually, the Celestial opposition is not there, and if Diablo's free hitting, there's no real threat onto him, and he has a front line, then he will also shred. It's not quite going to be, smolder into tanks level damage numbers, but he's absolutely going to
Look at those graphics, damn.
Stand and shoot them.
Yeah. Also, LDR not going to come through.
Can we have Dokdam on KT? Thank you.
And as much as the burner's percentage
Can we have Dokdam on KT?
It takes a while to come through when you actually
Excuse me?
Like, clear, it actually does take a while to cut through the Scion's health. Like, look at him, he's Q's the Scion. Like, it does actually take time, right? It's always going to cut through eventually, and especially because you can AoE this front line, it's great. But it's not as simple as just like hit the tank and they just die in a second. And I think DNS now trapped in their base are going to struggle to approach this Elder without getting any vision.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. But even Pyoshik at this point feels pretty.
Lah, masa dibalikin kemarin dipuji-puji. Kayaknya kita pengen Diablo deh. I think Diablo kinda goat. Aduh, udah sakit udah. Bangke, abis bikin Sapphire, bikin Rabadon, anjing. Tak patut. Wah, tidak bisa deh, harus kita kasih tahu deh. Tak patut. Bikin Rabadon, anjing, abis bikin Sapphire dia, cok.
Just trying to buy time in the front line, but he's already almost half health to the smolder, so got to be careful about that one. Bigla kind of by his lonesome on the left side, but he is going to get
Dudu is here. Dudu getting Kellen right there. Meanwhile, Galio going in, Dudu going Zonya's ultimate digunakan oleh Dokdam. Bisa sih, but Pyoshik. Guys, siapa yang meragukan? Sudah kubilang. Aku tahu skrip ya. I know the script, bro. I know the fucking script, bro.
They have the MF, they have the Jax. They're gonna try. We'll see if they have the time to do it.
Sudah kubilang.
I think Zach's gonna be up in time. Threshes as well. They're
He's eating a lot of damage. I don't know.
I don't think they can end.
They're gonna try. Okay, here we go. Peter trying to tank it up.
He's just gonna die.
Yeah, he's just gonna get executed, I guess.
Bentar.
In goes the Zach.
Hello, DNS? Bang! Ya anjing. Nggak jadi.
Not like this. Those Nexus turrets respawn now.
Enggak. Tebakanku tadi Pyoshik dapat Elder. Bukan menang. Ya kan sih? Ya kan? Nah, tebakanku tadi Piosik dapat closer? 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 Tebakanku tadi Piosik dapat Elder. Menang beda lagi. Nggak tahu kalau menang ya.
Now, do B&K overextend themselves? Looks like they're just going to go for the mid inhibitor and back
enough
away.
of a threat.
Yeah.
And they knew the Rel coming up would buy time. The rest of them are spawning. They're not going to do what DNS just did.
Kalau menang nggak tahu. Aku prediknya tadi Piosik dapat Elder.
The thing is, the tanks dive in, and this is kind of the problem we're starting to see with this composition. They just don't have the damage. They dive on a closer.
Yang dapat tadi closer. Ah iyalah. DNS dapat Elder lah. Ya sama lah, 11-12 lah. 11-12 lah sama ya. Yang penting dapat Elder ya kan. Nah, menang nggak tahu sih kalau menang ya.
Caught up in the moment perhaps. Not 100% sure.
So both teams took heavy blows to their base.
Oke, setidaknya sekarang kita tinggal nunggu Baron.
This game is still going.
It's still going.
First Elder.
He has a BF sword. I honestly think Bloodthirst.
Miss Fortune udah nyusul nih build-nya nih. My god.
Because they did nerf how much IE impacts your Q damage. It's not that good. You don't need more damage, just need survivability. So Bloodthirster helps you sustain. GA obviously self-explanatory. He didn't really go the Bruiser build other than the Shojin. They are on Baron though. You have just given them leeway. I think the damage to their base has kind of forced them into this uncomfortable position.
Cepet banget, udah kelar Baronnya.
And then they put themselves in this spot. Not ideal, is what I will say.
Yeah, didn't have to do that.
Did not have to do that.
And nobody was forcing them. Except themselves.
The voice in their heads. And no, it's not. It's not coach comms anymore.
Yeah.
Those don't exist.
If we had coach comms, maybe you could go in there and be like, back off right now.
Yes,
but,
I think that would be a good use of coach comms.
Not.
Dogdam did it. He did it again, by the way. He went 4th item collector again. He went 4th item collector into 4 tanks. By the way, someone needs to speak to Dogdam about his collector addiction. He is, at this point, it's a compulsion.
I don't know what's going on with that, to be honest. I mean, at least he has IE this time.
It's not okay. Stop buying this item. A 4th item as well.
Chat, are we cooked?
They're trying to,
Okay, it's a cleanse bin. That's pretty good.
He didn't have to stand there. Good. You didn't have to burn cleanse. I mean, I know they have Mikhail's, but like, come on.
Don't question it, Brendan.
Don't give them free cleanse.
Just be here to appreciate the expensipence.
Kenapa kau di situ, anjing? Kenapa di situ naga gua? Kenapa naga gua di situ?
Honestly, I don't know how that happens. Yeah, he just got caught, didn't have flash, trying to clear the mid wave, and the DNS fans are shocked. You see Peter, he's trying to do something, he's just gonna get hooked up. Too fast for himself, I guess. And Diablo, he's got a lot of guys to protect him, and yeah, this is just gonna be the end of the game, guys. Just like that.
My mid lane, kenapa ada di situ, cuy?
I cannot believe the series ends in that manner. This truly was DNS clutching defeat from the jaws of victory, actually.
Why?
And I just feel bad for Dudu, because man, did he try this series. He really tried to make this happen, but another person who I think tried so hard and got them to the victory was Kellen. Kellen had some pretty insane plays on this stretch as well, up to the end here. Wow, this was...
Siapa abis ini lawannya? Genji ya? Genji ya?
Full best of 5. This really was...
Genji, ayo semangat Genji. Tunjukkan siapa bosnya Genji.
It's double elimination.
It is.
It would have felt
Genji.
so bad to see Dudu go home
Let's go,
after the
Genji.
series he played, because he really deserves
Bantai
a
gak sih?
second chance.
And the rest of DNS.
I think the rest of DNS had, there were some good moments,
Dah.
some fortunate moments, some things to reflect
Genji
on.
menang ya,
things to
Genji
learn
menang
on.
ya.
But it definitely, they've been, they had that upswing, but
Yeah,
they definitely
yeah.
showed some of the old DN freaks. How have you not ended this game?
Yeah.
Right, that we saw from last year, that definitely happened. I think for B&K Fear X, For everyone but you, Brendan, a little bit under expectations because we had a lot of 3-1s,
JNJ
a lot of
menang.
3-0s.
BFX
But
menang ya
also they
BFX
did
ya.
lock in the end, right? And I think
Bang
Kellen just
Ruler, kamu
honestly
siap gak menghadapi Lord
kind of a masterclass, right?
Diable?
He had some crazy death sentences.
Lord Diable is coming for you,
Altogether,
brother.
his play was just in top form. It felt like
JNJ mungkin punya
the Poppy
kin.
as well. I
Fear
think
X
he
punya
was just
Kaelin,
the
bos.
main carry as a support,
Senggol
which is
dong.
not something you often see.
Berani
I
lo
think he
sama
really took
Kaelin,
over the
huh?
game, which is something that's difficult to do on the support role.
You know, I agree, justice for supports. I am glad that you voted for him. I don't think he's going to win.
If he doesn't win, I know I always say this, but if he doesn't win, it is
Iya,
such
Chovy.
a robbery. It's
Siapa itu
unreal.
Chovy?
It's actually so.
Fikla nih bos, Galio Sunfire, anjay.
Kellen doesn't win, it is such a robbery. It's
Senggol
unreal.
dong.
I'm saying it.
Galio Gundam nih bos.
Kellen a bust, right?
Senggol
I'm
dong.
just saying it this time. The Poppy game,
Chovy
the
ya,
Thresh game, he kept Diablo alive so
kurungkanlah
many times.
niatmu untuk pergi ke first stand ya Chovy ya.
The Poppy
Ya
game as
Chovy
well.
sih gak bakal menang first stand sih guys ya. Ya GG. Oke, terima kasih yang sudah menonton. Sampai jumpa di konten berikutnya. Semoga besok aku tidak sibuk, jadi aku bisa live besok bersama kalian lagi menonton pertandingan tim favorit kita di Pluskia berisikan Showmaker, Smash, Career, Shiwu, dan juga Lucid. Oke, bye-bye.
You know, there's a moment, you know when they started the push on the tier 2 tower.